I think it's going to be a tough game.
It's going to be a rough game. It's going to be a rough.
But, 4-2 ain't so bad, but you really don't want them to be up 2 games in the division. I think it's kind of an important game.
It is an important game.
But I will say that I think their schedule is about to get real tough. Ours is in the middle of a tough part, too. But we'll see how we fare without Aiden Hutchinson. I think there's an argument to be made that we need our defense to look kind of bad, so we're like, okay, we got to go get somebody.
Right.
You feel me, fam?
I know.
I want sound.
A fact that should make you confident in your confidence that you've made the right choice with Kia.
Minnesota.
Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of select new 2024 Sportage and 2024 Sorrento models.
Kelly Deanna Miller's Extreme Plan, men and women's sports.
Meow. I don't know what she is and I don't care.
Alright, hang on. Give me a moment here.
How about I control that?
No, hang on. I'm in control. I got...
Yeah.
I'm not even going to stay on stream. I had a thing in case I had to take Layla out. I'd be right back. Taking my dog out, I left at...
You forgot to finish it.
Well, no, I was going to put the time when I left.
Oh.
Just in case I had to go, during the stream.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to get, a thing, be right back, and, walk, a picture of walking the dog, or, the dog pooping, a comic. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here.
I didn't put it on. Ooh, they're fired up. Look at them. Oh, that purple.
I hate this! This is why I hate the Vikings. This right here. Let me tell you.
It's a little intimidating.
This is when I started hating the Vikings. Is they had that Minneapolis Miracle. They won a playoff game, right?
Uh-huh.
And then they went to Philadelphia, and they went to the Rocky Steps, and other fans were doing this on the Rocky Steps, and it was so fucking cringe.
The Rocky stuff?
From
Yeah, I know,
Milwaukee.
but what does that have to do with them?
Well, that's where they went and did it. And they were playing Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game, and they got their dick beat off. And I was always wanting the Vikings to win a Super Bowl, and the Lions weren't good during this time. And I'm like, you know what? I fucking hate the Vikings. Boom. I'm like, I hate their fans, and especially they started talking shit about the Lions. I'm like,
Can you put the things so we can see who comes? We can't see.
we'll work on it, baby. I'm working on it. And Lions got the ball first. I like that.
It's usually you can make it like a doorbell ring when someone comes.
I wish.
Because then we miss some, you know what I mean? And I don't like that. I feel bad.
I wish.
Touchdown.
Close to 40. I got water right here, good. So thirsty. Did I brush my hair? I drank almost a half gallon of milk and 4 water bottles this morning.
That'd be sped in the game in the bathroom.
Ah. That's going to be a hold. I like Awashika. He's good. Why don't you push him instead of pulling him? Push him to the ground.
On the season, it's Charlie Jones. Did he keep the feet in bounds? Clean there. Looks like a good step. Reaches for the pylon. How about starting like that? on Sunday of Week 7 on NFL Red Zone. Special balance and speed and blocking, and here we go. We go to the Octo Box. 8 games, well, 7 games, and then yours truly already losing my mind with the first of what we hope are about 50 or 60 touchdowns.
Well, I mean, you gotta stop holding.
7 hours of commercial-free football start now. Let's get it going. They'll kick the extra point there in the Battle of Ohio, and we will see Deshaun Watson and company and Nick Chubb with the ball after the Bengals will kick it back off. But we go to this Lions-Vikings game. They have played 125 times through the decades. You can go back in the history books and maybe not find a bigger one. It's still first half of the season, but 5-0 versus 4-1, and 2 of the best teams in football head-to-head in Minneapolis. Let's listen in.
It's all their exotic pressures like you see here. They bring pressure with Van Ginkel. He gets to Goff. Another flag is thrown.
They gonna push him? We're gonna get some punt there.
Offense number 74. Penalties decline. 3rd down.
Well, Saquon Barkley returning to New Jersey. You know who's returning to the lineup for the New York Giants? It's the rookie sensation, Malik Neighbors. He was putting together what looked to be like an offensive rookie of the year candidacy before he got hurt. Missed a couple games with a concussion, but he's back in the lineup. On the first play of the game right there, it was Malik Neighbors getting a 13-yard completion from Daniel Jones. Back to Minnie.
3rd and Minnetonka here for Detroit. Trying to get the snap off, they just do.
What the fuck was that? A fake punt? That was terrible.
And he will work past the 30, a good gain to at least get out from deep in their own territory, but that'll set up 4th down.
That was the worst fake punt attempt.
A couple of wide receiver trades this week. You all know about Devontae Adams, and you all heard about Amari Cooper, now a Buffalo Bill. First pass of the game, they try to go to Amari Cooper. That would look like a drop. Tight coverage there by Tennessee, but Amari had his hands on that one. The 5-time Pro Bowler not able to squeeze it. So the Lions are punting. Let's go to Lambeau Field. Yes, this is the Packers. They have never... Oh, almost it is an interception. Jordan Love intercepted by the Texans, and they couldn't bring it back inside of the 20. Instant red zone on the sudden change for the Houston defense. All white uniforms for the first time in Packers history, and that one they would like to whitewash.
Petrie does a great job from the outside coming in. Getting his hand
You see the replay there as Tony Romo explains that call at Lambeau Field. First time we're seeing the Browns offense, and Deshaun Watson tried to go to Nick Chubb. The repaired left knee, all of the rehab. Nick Chubb gone since week 2. The devastating left knee injury. All healed up and back in the lineup, and Cleveland Browns fans rejoice over that. But he was not able to hold on to that pass, so they'll bring up 2nd down there in Cleveland. But instant red zone for C.J. Stroud and the 5-1 Houston Texans. So they heard that the Packers, all white, they countered with the all-navy Texans uniforms.
The running play, jump cutting outside is Mixon, and Mixon's hammered after just 1. Nixon was there to get him first.
Remember when we left the Lions game, they were going to have to punt on 4th and 7? Look at this formation. They fake it from their own 33-yard line. And Dan Campbell, who is not opposed to rolling the dice, shoots snake eyes right there, or craps out maybe is the more accurate term, as the up man takes the snap, but Minnesota was ready for it and they stopped them, so the Vikings
let's just get out of
range for Sam Darnold and company. Right side of the double box, you've got a red zone possession for the Seahawks. It's Tyler Lockett catching it inside of the 20-yard line. Shot to the end zone by C.J. Stroud, incomplete, and 3rd down upcoming in the red zone for Houston. So Texans red zone, Seahawks red zone.
Up and gives Geno Smith a clean pocket to throw in, and this is a really good ball. Look at the guy, Jesse Bates, that almost makes a play on it. But when you need that catch, you're going to go to Tyler Lockett. Geno Smith knowing exactly where he was going to be.
8th play of the drive for the Seahawks. This set of downs from the Falcons' 13-yard line.
This is Walker. Smith leading the way. There is a flag.
All right, Kenneth Walker, touchdown.
Walker
I need
takes
that.
it to the
No,
end
it's a
zone.
flag. Bring it back.
However, holding. It's coming back.
Offense number 88. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That's on the rookie tight end, A.J. Barner.
What's that?
And A.J. Barner, he's been getting in there because of his blocking. There he is. You're going to see him, and as
Flags down. Packers may have jumped. Here's Stroud to the end zone. Back in the end zone and shoved out as Dell, incomplete. This time he caught it, but they shoved him out. The feet were not down.
And this was a perfect throw, high and away, but
It's offside. Defense number 91. That's a 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Preston Smith.
disruptive. He's been playing with great effort for the Falcons.
32 sacks the last 3 years with the Patriots. Wide receiver screen and Smith and Jigba on first and
Snaps his hands and takes the snap. Rolls away from the heat. Now has to get rid of it. Incomplete.
That's what's wearing all white.
Packers really stepped up on that down.
great design by defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley. You're going to find the pressure's going to come right up internal. And Gary comes.
And here's DK Metcalf at the bottom with A.J. Terrell locked up one-on-one. And you see, it looks like Geno wants to look that way.
2nd and 17, fires, and it's off the hands of Metcalf with Terrell defending.
Coming up. Field goal kick is good. So 3 on the board for the visitors.
Really good coverage, and now it was a really good ball that Geno Smith threw. Almost had the completion.
Seahawks have not scored an opening drive touchdown over their first 6 games.
Hutchinson has chance to return.
3rd down and 17. They can pick up a first down without reaching the end zone. Charbonnet in the backfield. Smith backpedaling on 3rd and long, and he throws this one away. He was under pressure.
So we were on those Packers and Seahawks red zone drives. This was the second play after the failed fake punt by the Lions. Aaron Jones, look at the hole off the left side. No edge by the Detroit defense. And Aaron Jones, who had a wonky hamstring coming into the game. Hammy looked good on the run. Hammy looked good on the leap into the end zone for the touchdown and the celebration. 34 yards for the Vikings. Minnesota defense scores the 3-and-out. Special teams shut down the Lions. Offense scores in 2 plays. Look out, Vikings, 7-0. And both the Packers and Seahawks settle for the field goal attempts. And both of them, or excuse me, the Texans and the Seahawks settling for field goals after those red zone possessions. So the Lions kind of stunned here as the opening punch in all 3 phases delivered by Minnesota.
Like they're doing like what?
Now before the kickoff, we've got a 3rd and 14 on the opening possession for Philadelphia. Eagles have not scored a point in the first quarter of any game this year. Oh, Saquon, you don't think this is a revenge game for Saquon? He wants a little something right there, lowers the shoulder, picks up 10 yards, but it did not get a first down for Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, of course, the rookie of the year on offense in 2018 after being the 2nd overall pick for the New York Giants. He was the face of that franchise. He felt they didn't do him right financially or in his career, so they dealt him to Philadelphia, and he would love a big game today. Anthony Richardson can flip it downfield with the best of them. He loves doing that to Alec Pierce. Just tried it there, but that goes incomplete, and the Colts will be forced to punt. Here's a 3rd and 4 for the highest-rated passer in football, Joe Burrow.
Burrow's shallow drop, going to put some air under it, up the seam, and it's incomplete. Looking for the tight end, Tanner Hudson, a little bit too far in front. And the Browns defense
doing, and Brian Flores.
And let's come back here to this battle for the NFC North. We got a timeout on the field. No one is in the red zone at the moment. We're going to Josh Allen, guys, maybe. Oh, it looks like they're ready to break the huddle here. Let's stick it back here at US Bank Stadium for a 1st and 10 from the 30 after the kickoff for Jared Goff and the Lions.
Brian Flores has built this defense to go after.
Off a fake to Jahmyr Gibbs, now swinging out for him. And the second-year running back will pick up a couple of yards. I asked you right at the top, what excites you about this matchup with all these great players? It's the chess match between these two coordinators.
Yeah, and a lot of what each side of the ball does well, the other one also does well. And I think that's the fun of this matchup. When Detroit has the ball last year, they blitzed Jared Goff 55 out of 77 dropbacks and didn't record 1 sack. So last year, Ben Johnson and Jared Goff won the battle, and so far here early, it's been Brian Flores.
Here is Gibbs trying to knife through to set up a 3rd down and medium here.
Why are they doing a timeout?
Pick up a 4. So there's Ben Johnson in his 6th year on staff, 3rd year as the coordinator on the left. This defense improved mightily last year with Brian Flores as the coordinator.
And something the Lions have shown in these situations, they don't mind running the ball.
Goff will look to throw, and this play is going to get whistled dead. After Minnesota uses a timeout. And
now throws, and it is incomplete. Keon Coleman, the intended target. Jarvis Brown.
Timeout was called by Minnesota.
And Jared Goff.
Play for Daniel Jones. And the New York Giants offense. Jones throwing back across his body, but finds his man, Cody Bellinger, on the catch. Daniel.
Vikings bring just 3, drop a couple of extra guys.
7, and Jordan Love checks down. Can he get the first? He will not. Good open field tackling and gang tackling by the Texans. We'll see what the Packers do here on a 4th down.
You see the motion right here, Jim? If a linebacker goes...
And an update for the first look at the Atlanta Falcons offense. Kirk Cousins fakes the handoff to the left, comes back to the right, looks underneath. Kyle Pitts. Pitts has been picking things up here in this latest season. Kirk Cousins' appearance in the lineup certainly helps that. Pitts with a 13-yard catch, and Atlanta has a 1st down. Kirk Cousins 3 of 3 passing so far.
But it's got like it's very windowy.
Jones had a moment, didn't release it, he sacked inside the 25. Josh Sweat.
And we'll dip in live to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the Atlanta Falcons. Every home game for the Falcons this year has come down to the final 60 seconds or overtime. Could we have a tight one here between Seattle and Atlanta?
They've done a nice job really getting everyone to buy into this offense.
More flags. This time it's the left tackle, Jake Matthews.
Back in Cleveland, Deshaun Watson under center, and he'll hand off to the up man. That's not Nick Chubb. That's Deontay Foreman with the carry. And the Browns getting it up towards midfield. We'll keep you posted.
And Zach had never been together.
Right, and that system, it shows they're top 10 in everything except points per game. They're 11 points per game, but you can tell that the system Kirk Cousins was very comfortable with, now understands the terminology, and they're growing together in this relationship.
More flags. Already 2 false starts. Another Falcons penalty.
False start. Offense number 8.
Well, we cut here real quick. This was 3rd and 1 for the Miami Dolphins in Indianapolis. You've got another Snoop Huntley, Tyler Huntley, starting at quarterback. They say that Tua Tagovailoa may return to the Dolphins lineup for their next game. That's a decision for another day. But right now, another backup quarterback start, and Huntley was able to push forward with the offensive line to get a first down for the Finns.
Sets, throws, pitch makes the catch, but not nearly enough. So the Falcons will punt it away. Kobe Bryant made the tackle.
Seattle defense celebrates getting off the field. That's 4th down there. Here's a 3rd and short in Cleveland.
For Kevin Stefanski with Chubb back in the fold. This time Watson from the gun on 3rd and 3. Little low pass, and it is caught into the sun. What a snatch by Jordan Akins. Was well covered.
Browns move the sticks. Miami is the furthest team down the field. Huntley shooting one in, and just as we cut to the Miami drive, it's red zone for the Dolphins.
10-yard line for a Dolphin first down and a pickup of 18.
Yeah, I mean, your eyes are going to be really important here today. So you see all the motion, and you got to find number 10. And then all of a sudden, there goes Jonnu Smith right down the hashes. And there's a nice throw on timing by Tyler Huntley. And that's one of the things that we'll see here today. It's going to be a little bit further downfield than you would see with Tua, because he's just not as quick processing and getting that ball out.
Here's Mostert all the way inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. A 9-yard run for Mostert. No, they'll call it a 10-yard run, and it's 1st and goal Miami.
Yeah, what nice block by Liam Eichenberg right here. He's going to be the one that gets around up the field. You see him swim right there, and it allows him to get up to that second.
Real quick before 1st and goal for Miami, let's show you a 1st and 10 for C.J. Stroud. Steps back, throws, finds his man. It's his tight end, Dalton Schultz. 28-yard chunk play for the Texans.
Run game. Mike McDaniel loves that run game. The San Francisco run game, effective so far. Play clock at 2, play clock at 1. They just get the snap off, or do they? No, timeout used first on the Miami sideline.
Who is that?
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Mike McDaniel showing off the wheels. He sprinted down the sideline to get that timeout, which he did before the 1st and goal snap.
Who's got him?
Tennessee Titans do not have Will Levis today. Will Levis out with a shoulder injury. It's Mason Rudolph starting for the Titans. And whoa, boy. He was trying for the pass into the flat, and A.J. Epinesa was standing right there. And Epinesa's like, yeah, don't try that again. I don't think they will.
Devastating injury of Dax Hill going down with the ACL. This time it is Chubb, and he is buried. Miles Murphy getting there first. And then again, his teammates dumping Chubb for a loss of a yard.
A timeout to avoid a pre-snap penalty. They are dead last in penalties per game. And
we had a timeout. You didn't miss anything here. Miami had to take a timeout as the play clock was winding down on 1st and goal, which they now run. It's left side. It's Mostert looking for a block. Doesn't get one. Maybe picks up a half a yard.
Moving upfield, stuck his arm out.
And Cleveland settling for the field goal attempt from 49 yards out.
Good hold.
It's fading left. It's no good. Went over the top of the upright and faded wide left. Dustin Hopkins misses a makeable one, and the Bengals lead is still 7-0.
2nd and goal. Huntley looking in trouble, and down he goes at the 10. Jalen Carlisle.
And an update on the Minnesota offense on 3rd and 1. They're not going to go for the run. They're going to go for the pass, and they don't want one. They want a lot more. And Justin Jefferson delivers. He's fired up. 18-yard pickup. Obviously a first down for Minnesota. Jefferson historically cooks the Detroit Lions in 8 games for the Minnesota Vikings. Justin Jefferson averages 134 yards receiving against Detroit.
Checks it short. Jonnu Smith through the 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown. He picked through all kinds of traffic and found 6 at the end.
It's one of the things that Zaire Franklin talked to us about. With this speed, we've got to get people to the football. I want to watch When Jonnu Smith gets the football, he starts to head up field. You're going to have like a line, but there's not enough guys converging, right? So freeze it right there. There's a lot of Colts defenders there, but you're not getting everybody to the ball.
Miami gets on the board first. Extra point will make it 7-0. You have C.J. Stroud, 3rd and 1. He's looking deep downfield. Doesn't see anyone open. He'll use the legs. He's capable. 3-yard pickup. Houston drive continues. In fact, let's cut there live because a couple plays later now, it is 3rd and 6.
Stroud.
Untouched, he gets to him. That's McKinney, who is a playmaker.
C.J. Stroud gets sacked on the 3rd down. This was 3rd and 10 for Philadelphia, and it's a sack in one game, a sack in another game. And you know, if you say New York Giants these days, they're getting after the quarterback like no one. The New York Giants lead the NFL in sacks. They came into the day with 26 sacks for that Giants front. At this point in the season, you got to go back to Lawrence Taylor defenses for the Giants to find that type of production. Giants get another one, still scoreless there in New Jersey. Well, Houston, they don't want the long field goal. The punt team is out. The punt is away. Let's pick up a live 3rd down in Minneapolis.
Makes it hard to match up in the secondary.
Darnold's protected, does have to scramble, gets it to Lund, and there is
hit his ass.
By
And we're going to force a field goal attempt. I bet they try
leads the league in passing yards.
I hope
Geno
they do, really.
Smith on a play-action fake. Shoots it outside to his tight end, and it's Noah Fant. That's a 21-yard pickup. Geno already has 75 yards passing in the first quarter. Pick up a live 3rd and 10 for Tennessee.
Holding, they're not calling shit.
Rudolph stands in there over the middle, and he's got another first down. Tyler Boyd brings it in Buffalo territory. Bernard the tackle after a gain of 12.
And again, this is exactly what Jason was talking about on the previous.
Cincinnati offense continues to work. Shy of midfield, Joe Burrow on a little play action. T. Higgins bounces off a tackler and gets 17 yards. Cincinnati into Cleveland territory. We had a 4th down for Minnesota, so the field goal unit comes out. This is the rookie kicker, Will Reichard. He has not missed a kick this year, and Reichard stays perfect. The long one is through. Minnesota 10, Detroit nothing. Let's pick up another Tennessee play, shall we? Last time we looked at them, they converted a 3rd down into 1st. They're into Buffalo territory.
He's got some room to run.
And there goes Tony Pollard slithering his way through the defense. That's a 16-yard run. Tennessee is in business.
Nearly 5 yards a carry.
One more look at it. Mason Rudolph to Tony Pollard. If you would have said that last year for a Tennessee game, people would have been like, huh? That's where we're at now. And here comes Pollard again. This is live just outside the red zone.
Lloyd Cushenberry leading the way on a block, and it's 2nd down with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah,
so we've got near red zone for the Titans. We've got the Seattle Seahawks with a 3rd and 10 from the 42-yard line of Atlanta.
Towards contact when you don't remember, is the communication right? Are we covering the right way? Am I fitting the right gap? It makes it very tough when offenses go fast.
3rd down and 10. Seahawks must get to the 32. Smith lost the football and then pounces on it. Back at Newman, athlete.
Real quick, let you know that Tennessee, that game has gone to a commercial break. Calvin Ridley was down and injured for the Titans offense. And the Giants quarterback sacked the Eagles. Philadelphia says we can play that game. They get after it and drop Daniel Jones for a big loss. How far back does it go? This might, well, force a punt here. Let's listen in on the analysis of the pass rush.
Really knows how to play.
What? The highest
And watch that swarm, Brandon Graham.
And so we cut back to Cleveland. We're still waiting on Tennessee to come out of their TV timeout. They're the closest team to the red zone.
Get to Burrow faster in this game.
That was my lock. What's it called?
Burrow feels the pocket collapse, gets it out to the jet.
Hell yeah.
That's to Zach Moss, who is going to be a little bit short.
Let's see what they do on their next snap. It'll be 4th and short. And you got Tyler Goodson. No Jonathan Taylor. Taylor missing yet another game with his injury. So it's the backup running backs again for the Colts today. Tyler Goodson goes for 19 yards. 4th and 3. The offense still on the field for the Bengals.
From here for Evan McPherson. Empty formation, and you got Jamar Chase split out all by himself over here to the left side. Shallow drop ball, buried. Football came out. Cincinnati did recover, but the Browns are going to get it. Turnover on downs. Shelby Harris able to get to Burrow. And a Cleveland defense that started the day third.
There you go. The Browns defense turns them away. They'll take a TV timeout. We'll come back to Green Bay. Josh Jacobs. The Packers are the second best rushing team in football, second only to the Baltimore Ravens, who are dynamic, of course, in that aspect of the game. But Green Bay's main man carries it for 13 yards. Josh Jacobs with a first down for the Pack. Okay, Calvin Ridley helped to the sideline, and we're back live with the Tennessee offense, who is 2nd and 6 from the Buffalo 25. And you'll see another run here for Jacobs. Picks up about 4 or 5 on the play.
Yeah, he fumbled.
Fake to Pollard. Rudolph on the run. Completes it. That's Vanette, the tight end. And he is spun down with another Tennessee first down. Hamlin and Rapp on the tackle after a gain of 12.
Just really good timing of a play call right there by Callahan. Buffalo's coming with a
Can you trust him to be
we're going to show you something, I think, in a minute from the Lions-Vikings game that's interesting. Here's 3rd and 1. They'll hand it to Trey Sermon, and he picks up the first down for Indianapolis, just shy of midfield. Only team in the red zone right now, Tennessee.
61% clip as this play is blown dead. And a false start against the Titans.
false start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty.
Yeah,
First false start of the year against Dylan Radins.
Yeah, you see Dylan Radins, right guard, just getting a little bit too anxious.
Okay, as they mark off that penalty yardage, here's what I wanted to show you in the Detroit-Minnesota game. We have a red coach's challenge flag. It's on this play here. Tim Patrick catches it. The ball comes loose, and the Minnesota player stands up with the football. Kevin O'Connell has challenged. The ruling on the field is he was down by contact. Watch this. Did Patrick go down? Was he on top of the defender as the ball comes loose? We'll see if there's any body part that makes contact with the ground before the ball gets ripped out of Patrick's hand. O'Connell thinks this is a fumble and a Vikings turnover in their favor, but that game has gone to a commercial break because of the coach's challenge and the instant replay officials taking a look. We'll let you know what happens there. We missed one play here. This is now 2nd and 12 live.
So the more they can get him involved, the closer to the end zone, the better.
I think I can roll by now.
At the top of your screen. 2nd and 12. Rudolph gets rid of it. Right back to the tight end, Vanette, but nothing doing there. Dorian Williams, who's had a great start to this season for Buffalo, the team's leading tackler, adds to his collection. He has really stepped in admirably in the Matt Milano.
Come back for 3rd and 12 after we sneak in a 1st and 5 for Anthony Richardson. He had the hip injury that caused him to miss a couple of games. Hip looks good right there. The hips don't lie for a 3-yard rush. Sorry, had to. Shakira. We've got a 3rd and 12 in the red zone on the left side of the screen. 3rd and 5 for Jordan Love on the right. Mason Rudolph takes the shotgun snap, throws one in there, but it's shy of the line to gain. 4th down coming up for Tennessee. Jordan Love flips it past the sticks, and it's the catch by Bo Melton. First down, Green Bay. White Bay, as we might call them today. And back in New Jersey, it's the Philadelphia Eagles. Time running down in the first quarter. They're the only team that has not scored a point in any first quarter of any game this season. There's an 8-yard pickup for Saquon on that one, but still not in scoring range are the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll let you know if that changes. Chip shot field goal for the Titans.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And that is his 80th straight. Richardson on the roll, wanting to go deep to the end zone. It is caught. Alec Pierce out of bounds
Lions at the 1.
There's a flag at the 1. There's a flag at the line of scrimmage. 2 penalties on the play. But who are they on?
Well, he should have just got the first down.
That is the referee in charge of the Colts game. A lot to figure out there. You see that the Lions offense, hold on.
One on each team. Illegal formation offense, number 72. Pass interference defense, number 29.
Yep, offset, replay the down. Okay, and Detroit still has the football, so you can see that the coach's challenge by Kevin O'Connell was unsuccessful. They did not say it was a Detroit fumble, but it was a Detroit 3rd and inches.
Oh my God, so fucking
frustrating.
frustrating.
You
He
know
had
Detroit
the
wants to
first
play smash
down.
mouth with the best of them, but Dan Campbell's guys turned away. They tried to run over Penei Sewell right there over the right tackle. Usually a pretty good bet, especially with David Montgomery bringing some heft behind that line, but they get turned away. It's 4th and inches. Would Detroit gamble for the 2nd time in the first quarter in their own end on 4th down? Anthony Richardson had a man for a moment, but just getting a hand on it is the Miami defender.
The purple
pass was incomplete.
Well, purple wedding was
the Colts had
Oh,
something
was
for
it?
a
Okay, well,
moment.
there we go.
And an injured
You got the
Viking
purple wedding.
is getting some attention from the athletic trainers, so that Vikings-Detroit game has come to a stop for the moment. This was 3rd and 4 for Cleveland, and didn't see him from behind. Deshaun Watson, the best or the most sacked quarterback in football, gets sacked by one of the best edge rushers in football, Trey Hendrickson, with his quarterback sack and a loss of 6 for the Browns.
Dolphins bring pressure. Richardson steps up, able to break free. Richardson on the run. He's got running room. He's got a first down. And Richardson lowering the shoulder and barreling into Jordan Poyer to get an extra yard or 2 for the first down. That was the one thing that the coaches are trying to work with him with.
Unbelievable. And he says, listen, if I'm one-on-one and it's a defensive back, I'm taking him on. But we talked about it, right? 2 of his injuries have come from taking on defensive backs when they're one-on-one. But boy, he is something else. He is very, very talented.
First down and goal. Hand off to Goodson and nowhere to go. Calais Campbell.
Anthony Richardson lowering the boom on that one. We'll get you back to the next Colts snap after we show you 3rd and 10. And Jalen Hurts running for his life, running backwards. Look at the swarming defense. I'm praising the Giants because they deserve it. Dexter Lawrence and company, another quarterback sack. And yeah, the man who refers to himself as Sexy Dexy, Dexter Lawrence, gets himself a quarterback sack. No score in the Giants-Eagles game. 6 punts on 6 possessions between New York and Philadelphia. Oh, ball on the ground. Ball still loose. Ball still loose. I think Miami's got it. The helmet's gone, but the football is in possession of the Miami defender. Whoa.
No helmet, no problem. Dolphins take over.
One of the biggest things is when you've got a bad play, don't make it worse. Now this is going to be a fumbled handoff, right? Bad snap, can't get it right there. Just cover the ball. Don't try and scoop it. Don't get back to your feet and try to make something out of this that's going to be a positive. Just don't make it worse. You've got to maintain possession and secure at least 3 points here. So just get on top of that football and cover it up.
And Miami takes over.
That's just fucking
and they'll go to work at the 16-yard line, first down. Achane to the 20 and then tossed forward with a flat.
But now they're in phase, has a chance to go get 7.
Yeah, and at the 20-yard line.
This is what's hurt them right there. Too many penalties for this Texans team and both sides of the ball.
I'm sick.
Inside handoff. And Jacobs stopped after about 1. A moment ago, Tracy caught up with Coach Lyons.
Defense has done a good job early, but they're driving now. What do you need to do here to put a stop to it and not let them get any points out of it?
Earlier I said there was an injured Viking down. It turns out it was a Lion, and it's David Montgomery who was down on the field. The athletic training staff coming out to get him. And number 5 not putting much weight down as he's helped to the sideline. Of course, Jahmyr Gibbs is available for the Lions, an excellent running back in his own right. But they like the rhythm and and Bruise, as they nickname themselves, the committee backfield for Detroit. We'll check back in with Detroit. Okay, so we're back with the Lions, who have the ball. It'll be 4th and 6 for Detroit on the right side of the screen. They had 4th and 1. They lined up to go for it, and they had a penalty pre-snap. Dan Campbell not having success playing Dan Campbell football in the first quarter. Vikings lead 10-0. So I think, the punt team's coming on the field for the Lions. 3rd and 4 live for the only team in the red zone at the moment, Green Bay.
Across the field.
Here's Love to the end zone.
Diving catch. What a catch it is by Kraft for the score.
Yeah, to make that ball.
What a throw, Jim. This reminded me of
Jordan Love. He is 10 of 12 passing, 97 yards, right around there, almost 100 yards here in the early going of the first half. And a touchdown, Green Bay. A shot for Kirk Cousins goes incomplete. That was 3rd and 7. Atlanta will have to kick. They're on the 36-yard line. You would expect to see the field goal unit as the extra point is up and good. And Green Bay, who last week jumped out to an early lead against Arizona and never looked back, has the early 7-3 lead against the Houston Texans in those battle of playoff hopefuls, AFC, NFC. Back here, Kirk Cousins and company had his Younghoe Koo for the field goal attempt. It'll be a long one.
This will be a 54-yard attempt. They had a 58-yard game winner against the Saints earlier this season. Also hit from 52 to send the Tampa game to overtime. Koo from 54. It is no good. Not this time. One of the best in the league over the last several seasons from distance.
Younghoe Koo was 5 of 6 from 50+, make it 5 of 7, and they play on there in Atlanta. All right, back at US Bank Stadium, it's Minnesota's latest drive. Told you the Lions would punt after the Lions' unforced error on 4th and 1, made it 4th and 6.
On 1st and 20. Not much room for Chandler. Good job by Alex Anzalone to get in there. One of their top tacklers despite missing a game. Missed that week 3 game on the road at Arizona, but he's been solid again this season. 2nd and long for Minnesota coming. Jefferson on the near side of the formation against the rookie Terrion Arnold. Darnold looking that way. Wow, if he made that catch, that is an impressive throw and catch to the 21-yard line. It'll set up 3rd down for Minnesota if he held out. There is a flag thrown on the play as well. You see the hands, 1 foot down.
See, does he get that left foot down? I don't think he does.
Yeah.
I think that's a great effort.
Number 67 offense. That hold brought the defender into the quarterback. There's no foul on the play for roughing the passer. Half the distance to the goal. 2nd down.
So it's a moot point regardless, because it'll be another holding penalty here, and Minnesota moves further back.
We got ourselves a defensive struggle in the Eagles-Giants game. Daniel Jones back to, I mean, there was no chance. Both left tackles are out of the game. The Eagles left tackle, Jordan Mailata, is out. The Giants left tackle, Andrew Thomas, is out. There have been 6 sacks in this game, and now we got a turnover, a tipped ball, and an interception. You see the flag icon is down, something we need to check that was at the beginning of the play, but for the moment, Reed Blankenship, yeah, he thought he had a free play, and I think he did, so he threw it down into double coverage, and that's what it was. It is encroachment or a lining up offsides by the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, to this point, I mean, that's a pretty big play to continue the drive. There have been 6 possessions, 6 quarterback sacks, 3 for the Giants, 3 for the Eagles, and 6 punts in that game. Giants, though, will pick up the yardage, and they'll have to replay 3rd down. So you've got a 3rd down and 13 for Sam Darnold in his own end. Let's watch this play.
as this pass rush tries to find her way without Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, another penalty.
2 flags, one from each side of the field after some motion.
False start. Offense number 56. 5-yard penalty.
Well, you know who else is back in the lineup today? Back in your fantasy lineups, undoubtedly, Devon Achane. Achane off the left side with some speed, lowers the shoulder, picks some yards after the contact. That's a 15-yard gain. Achane, as the Dolphins are coming off the bye, missed the prior game, but he has cleared concussion protocol from that last injury, and he's back in the lineup, has 38 yards there in the first half.
A sloppy day for both these offenses, particularly along the line.
And here comes pressure from Detroit. Darnold has to get rid of it fast. And it is Jordan Addison knocked out by Carlton Davis. And it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, put it in the freezer overnight.
Giants on 3rd and 12 after a loss on the previous down. It's Daniel Jones. He's already feeling the heat, being sacked 3 times. And whoa! Daniel Jones still wants the heat. He's taken some so far in this game. Decides to give a little. Cooper DeJean, the rookie. Well, getting thrown down, but DeJean at least did his job and didn't let Daniel Jones get any further than that, and that was 3rd and long, so the punt team comes out for New York. Daniel Jones, by the way, has not accounted for a touchdown at MetLife Stadium in over 600 days. He was injured and missed, almost an entire season for the Giants, but we'll develop that story if and when Daniel Jones gets his home touchdown. Guarantee you the Giants fans will erupt if that happens. 3rd and 9 here for Snoop Huntley.
What up, Vishwa?
Colts rush 4. Huntley steps up, has some room to run. It's closing quickly, and he's yanked down at midfield by Grant Stewart. Nice closing.
Back in the Seattle-Atlanta game, 3rd and 7. Atlanta showing pressure, and they bring it. The blitz doesn't get home, though, and Geno Smith, nifty footwork, dumps it off late for Noah Fant, who was actually blocking on the play, then smartly leaked out when Geno went into scramble mode. Excellent job by the veteran tight end and the veteran quarterback to ad-lib a 28-yard pickup. Nifty stuff by Geno Smith, keeping his eyes downfield as he was running. And the Seahawks have it just outside the red zone.
My Lions are down 10. They got
territory. Let's call it the 25-yard line. Let's go here live.
Touchdown.
They're the closest team to the red zone. In fact, they just picked up 5 yards on the last play. Here comes 2nd and 5 from the 20.
They look like the
Brings that same style offense to the Seattle Seahawks.
That video really blew up.
Walker, 1st down inside the 10.
Kenneth Walker, touchdown, Seahawks. I need that for a part of the
On his
parlay.
birthday, Kenneth Walker takes
It's good
it in
near where I live, so
for
bye,
a Seahawks
cuties.
touchdown.
Bye, you handsome young lad.
Good night.
And the 1st down!
Oh, we got it finally! In the 2nd quarter, basically.
Don't tell me he's hurt.
Boom, goes on Juwan,
God, I think
locks
he's
him
hurt.
up, creates that space, that running lane, and Kenneth Walker, you're not going to catch him in open space. And remember, Kenny, I was talking about he is a premier running back. You have to just keep feeding him.
Well, Kenneth Walker was questionable with an illness coming into today, something that crept up on him in the last 24 to 48 hours, but he looks just fine there on his birthday. Picks up the touchdown, Seattle. Nick Chubb getting involved in the passing game. A short catch and run, picks up 10 yards and a 1st down for the Cleveland Browns. But Browns still in their own territory. Let's cut back to Lambeau Field. Packers have a 7-3 lead on the Texans, and it's 3rd and 9 for C.J. Stroud and Houston.
Walker, this will be the first snap he's missed all year on defense. He played every single one before getting injured and had to miss at least this one. 3rd and 9. More pressure on Stroud. Desperation throw. No one near him. He was all the way back inside the 10-yard line when he heaved it.
Punt team coming on the field for the Texans. We go back to Western New York. First home game in a month for the Bills. They had 3 straight road games, got through that with a 4-2 record. Now trying to thrill the home fans, but the defense is trying to avoid Tennessee getting in the red zone.
Rudolph with time, now looking for Pollard, and it's incomplete. Pollard could not hold on, and now still down, and a flag comes out.
Yeah, this is going to be a targeting shot. Yeah, he came down really low and hit Tony Pollard. I'm looking at the replay. You guys haven't seen it yet,
What
but
are the Bills doing?
he got hit hard in the head. Tony Pollard.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 7. Half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
That's on Taron Johnson. And that leaves the...
During the injury timeout, got a big play by Saquon Barkley. I want to lay out and let you hear the crowd reaction, positive, negative, in New Jersey. Big play for Saquon.
Available, so Steen is out there. And turns the corner, and there he goes! Saquon Barkley showing some speed.
How good does that feel? And yeah, he acknowledges it. Sure, a lot of fans made the short trip up the turnpike there in New Jersey from Philadelphia to MetLife Stadium. But undoubtedly some Giants fans going, the way we were. Okay, Eagles didn't score in the first quarter, but neither did the Giants. Here we go, 1st and goal. Eagles' best chance of the day thus far. We have twin red zone drives. They'll give it to Barkley up the middle. Barkley pounds his way. Actually, that's the backup. That's not Barkley. Meanwhile, it is the backup running back for Tennessee, pounding down inside of the 5-yard line. So we will go back and forth. Eagles, Titans in the red zone.
Down near the goal line to punch this thing in if you're the Eagles, and I don't mind a couple back-to-back runs.
Barkley has 4 rushing touchdowns this season and a touchdown catch.
Three teams at the goal line or inside of the 5-yard line. We'll tell you why in the Texans game in just a bit. Upper left-hand corner, pushing into the end zone, the Philadelphia Eagles. They get there.
There you go, another first down. Now we're stringing them along.
How will he celebrate? Upper right-hand corner, the Buffalo Bills just stopped the Titans on 2nd down. Bottom of the screen, C.J. Stroud in the shotgun, hands it off. Joe Mixon has the edge, has the touchdown. Houston Texans. It was a mistake on special teams by the Green Bay Packers that gave instant red zone to Houston. Watch all 3 of these here as Saquon with the quads and his linemen pushing across the goal line for pay dirt in Jersey. And a scramble by Mason Rudolph.
Here we go. Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
Let's fucking go! Nick Westbrook and Keeney with the touchdown. So
that's how you do it, baby.
Let's fucking do this shit.
Mixon
And had us out there
scores for the
looking like
Texans.
idiots.
Westbrook Akine scores for the Titans. A triple box with triple touchdowns here on Week 7 of NFL Red Zone.
And the Texans take the lead at 10-7.
Extra point good. Houston with a 10-7 lead. Here was the sudden change we were referencing. A punt by the Texans, and it goes inside of the 20-yard line, takes a bounce. Peter, poison. That's what the return man's supposed to yell, so none of his teammates touch it. They didn't communicate it, and the ball touched a Packer, was live, and the Texans recovered it for instant red zone, and then a few plays later, you saw what happened. Joe Mixon, how good of an addition has he been? I know he missed a couple games due to injury, a few games after a hip drop tackle injured him, but early and late so far out of the games for the Texans this season, Joe Mixon has been playing. Oh, and Jahmyr Gibbs is loose. Jahmyr Gibbs houses it. Gibbs in for the injured David Montgomery into the end zone with a 45-yard Detroit Lions touchdown. Montgomery is questionable with a knee injury. That is the official word from the Lions sideline. Montgomery, questionable knee. Jahmyr Gibbs, unquestioned speed.
The vision is outstanding. This offense had been a little sluggish there in the first quarter, and they got that explosive again.
Robinson tackled at the 27, so the Falcons on the move midway through the second quarter. going up against Seahawks defense, as you said, without 3 key members.
I'll tell you what, this first hour of NFL Red Zone is looking like it could be a running backs type day. We saw Saquon Barkley with a big play. Joe Mixon's been making plays. Jameer Gibbs just housed a touchdown. And Bijan Robinson 360ing away from a broken tackle in the Atlanta Seahawks game. That's a 26-yard run. Watch the replay here. Bijan, well, we're going to see the replay, but we cut to a 1st and 10, Cincinnati.
Still trying to find himself this season on track to a really good start.
Well, a big change up today with Jim Schwartz going more into the zone defense. 8 snaps of zone defense, 2 snaps of man and 2 blitzes. And you see, he doesn't have the quick answers. They must have come into
Okay, Atlanta went to a commercial break. Wanted to show you the instant replay there for Bijan Robinson. We just have reached the, yeah, it's an injury timeout. I was wondering why we didn't see the Falcons game. That's in a commercial break. You're not missing anything there, but Bijan with a nice looking play. For what it's worth, Bijan Robinson, 7 carries, 60 yards so far in the Atlanta-Seattle game, and they're only halfway through the second quarter in that one. All right, no one in the red zone at the moment. The Falcons will be the closest when they come out of the commercial break. They'll be on the 27-yard line. Bengals here working around midfield.
Heavy man-to-man coverage football team, but you see with all the different injuries, he really hasn't been able to figure out the best way to put their defensive scheme together. It's still a filling out process that he just hasn't quite hit on yet.
On 3rd and 8, Burrow puts a nail under it. Near side, and it's broken up. Andre Yosivas had what nearly would have been a miraculous catch. What a recovery by Denzel Ward, the all-pro corner.
This is
keep penalizing
by
the Vikings.
Denzel Ward because he's in a position where he doesn't play the football. But all he does is reads the eyes and the hands. He plays the pocket of the wide receiver. You see Yosivas? Right when he comes down with the football, he swipes at it with his right arm, gets the ball out. Can't be done better than that down the field by Ward.
This Buffalo-Tennessee game has been a bit of a head-scratcher in the first half. Buffalo, big favorites at home. Josh Allen playing very good football in recent weeks. But Buffalo getting a very game Tennessee squad coming into Western New York, although Brandon Codrington with a nifty kickoff return there. Maybe that'll kickstart the Buffalo offense and special teams.
What are the Titans
Buffalo
doing
Bills
against the
offense,
Bills?
they've had 3 possessions. Bills only have 18 yards. We're into the second quarter in that Bills game. Titans 10-0 on top of Buffalo. We'll keep you posted.
Get his ass! Man, you could have got his ass! Not that fucking wipe away roll like that.
Algier in the backfield on 2nd down.
Dude, we do
They hand off
something.
to
It's like,
Tyler
what the fuck?
Algier.
The next second.
And he stopped about a yard shy. Jaron Reed makes the stop.
Supposed to be a
So
fucking
the Falcons now facing a 3rd down and 1 quickly back up to the line.
He's supposed to be. He's been with 4 fucking teams.
Cousins on 3rd down, complete. Picks up a Falcons 1st down to the game today.
Quick update, we dipped in on the Bills after the special teams play. Got in some nice field position after the kickoff. It's
holding.
Looking, throwing late, has a man late. It's the rookie, Keon Coleman. Coleman into the secondary and down inside of the 20-yard line. Instant red zone.
Make it stop.
Coleman then gives it off to James Cook, and Cook
Why is football
finishes
so
off the
rough?
drive. So just like that, it was a 2-play drive,
Guess
I
what
believe,
position he
for the
plays?
Buffalo Bills. We were saying their offense wasn't going. Their offense officially into gear. Right side of the screen, Bijan Robinson runs it inside of the 10-yard line. 2nd down in the red zone for the Falcons. It's not 2nd and goal. The Falcons can get a 1st down inside of the 3-yard
the
line
medical
here.
people come
But
out,
Buffalo, bing, down
if
the
they
field.
come out, you have to
And
go
the
out
extra
for
point, we're waiting on it here. Extra point will make it
And
10-7.
season.
Tyler Bass, who's had his issues kicking so far this year for Buffalo, does make the extra point. Titans 10, Bills 7 in Buffalo.
They were down 6.
Surprised by the defense, I should say.
Robinson
They were
out to
down
the
to a Hail
5-yard
Mary,
line.
and
Love
Stafford went to throw a Hail Mary.
Got ourselves a
and
game
he
in the
got
NFC North.
crushed.
Jameer
He got
Gibbs made it
hit
10-7 after the touchdown run. Sam Darnold, undoubtedly inspired by the running back's performance, says, I got wheels. He breaks the pocket on a pass play, goes for 19 yards on the scramble. He's on, end zone, touchdown, Falcons.
Touchdown.
Yeah, all right.
Let's make sure he gets in. Julian Love is trying to wrap him up before he gets in there. And that ball looks like it crosses the plane as his butt is down. That's a touchdown.
Ruled a touchdown on the field. All scoring plays are reviewed. Robinson, 7 carries, 55 yards on that drive.
It was the emphasis on the run game. And
back in the Eagles and Giants game, where we cut to a pass play here, just assume a quarterback sack. You might be better off, as it's another one for the Philadelphia Eagles. 4th sack of Daniel Jones.
Good
Huff, number 0, will come around the corner and get the quarterback sack on this play. The New York Giants offense has, let's see what total yards New York has. 35 total yards for the New York Giants at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. 3rd and 9 here live for Minnesota.
There's no question their ability to be versatile, both as post and down in the box players, and their ability to separate the ball from the man. There's just not a lot of guys in the league that have that.
Lions bring pressure. Darnold has one-on-one and right on cue.
Yeah, good defense.
Reaching out in front of
Ryan
Jalen
fucking
for a pass
Branch.
breakup.
And an incompletion for Sam Darnold. He was a little too perfect.
I mean, how many safeties in the NFL can go match up in the slot and play one-on-one? He's so good around
Detroit's
the ball.
defense gets them off the field. Jared Goff and company going to get the football back. Right side of your screen. Well, that was a replay of the Packers' incomplete pass. But we'll listen here on Green Bay as they are just outside the red zone.
They get the play in the books now. They don't challenge it in time. They go long. They go long. They get the completion near the 1-yard line. Touchdown. Dontavian Wicks. All that confusion. Were the Texans going to challenge it? I saw D'Amico jumping up and down on the sideline as the ball was snapped. They end up hurrying up and beat the Texans deep. Did he get both feet in?
He did. And this was a byproduct of the touchdown down the middle earlier when he throws that bullet.
And again,
Kraft. I mean, he's in there, but this is Bullock coming flying over again, but he can't get there because the double seams right up there. What a throw by Jordan Love again.
Yeah, that's the
Ross
A
trying
crew
to
for
defend.
CBS there, the extra camera angles, and you could see Wicks kept that left foot in bounds. Green Bay has scored 6 touchdowns in their last 6 quarters of football, this week and last week combined. Well, the Cleveland Browns would love to get something going on offense. Let's listen in.
Short arch, they just cannot get anything down the field.
No. And they've had opportunities. They really have since the first play of the football game.
So you put it more on Watson until this point.
Yeah, and they haven't had a home game in a few weeks in Cleveland, and I think the Browns fans want a little vocal catharsis. You know what it's called. This was 3rd and 18, a short pass there by Miami, and that was Odell Beckham Jr. Not coming up with the play. One more look at it. He most likely was not going to get the first down. Anyways, needed 18 yards on this one, cut short of the sticks, but probably anticipating a hit coming there. OBJ has it go to the ground. Philadelphia over midfield.
In his 4th year, drafted in the 5th round by the Eagles, and has been a steady performer. Kellen Moore, it was interesting that Jalen Hurts said this is the first time, coordinator who's got a quarterback like me with different talent that he's working with.
Yeah, and I think it's the first time he's had a coordinator like Kellen Moore, meaning Kellen's used to working with guys like Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert,
people like that. He's an innovative mind. He does a lot at the line of scrimmage, giving the quarterback a lot of freedom. This is a little different for Jalen.
The blitz is picked up, and the pass is on target by Hurts. Going to be short of the first down. First catch of the game for Grant Calcaterra, who again is playing for the injured Dallas Goedert.
And Calcaterra's just going to take it all the way across the screen.
Just had this in the Seattle-Atlanta game. Motion man comes to the left and then springs back to the right. That's Jackson Smith and Jigba. They throw a backwards pass to him. Then JSN throws downfield jump ball to his wide receiver teammate. If you're going to throw a jump ball, that's a pretty good candidate for it. DK Metcalf.
Here we go, first down Lions.
The completion. They said he was down by contact, by the way. Pass.
All we do is get first down. First down.
As I was describing that.
All right.
Hurts with an incompletion.
First down.
And another fourth down coming up for the Philadelphia offense.
To Devontae Smith after he got through all the traffic. Look at right there. That's what that play's designed to do. You're looking up the sideline at the halfback up the sideline, Gainwell, and then you got to hit that shallow. But
to be fair, the Lions guy did something very similar.
Well, they need three.
They didn't call us. They called him.
Let's be fair. Top of your screen on fourth down. Hurts for A.J. Brown.
And a touchdown for the Eagles.
Touchdown on a fourth down play.
And look at him go! Better than
That's what
ever.
we gotta do. You gotta do it. Yeah. Let's go.
Be nice, guys.
Look at Hurts having to throw this thing off his back
rivals, but
like a corporal chucking grenades out of a foxhole. Are you kidding me? And then he's always going to trust his guy one-on-one, man-to-man. Oh, they were sure that it was going to be a short underneath route. They tried to press him. You try and press a big man like that, you could be in trouble.
Back in the Detroit game, good news for the Lions. David Montgomery is back in the game. Montgomery there, pass protecting.
All right, okay.
As, the pass goes to Amon-Ra St.
St.
Puts it on him for 17 yards. I messed up the nickname for the two-headed backfield for the Lions. Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, not Rhythm and Bruise. That was apparently last year's nickname. They changed it up. They want to be Sonic and Knuckles. Shout out to you old school Sega Genesis players. Sonic and Knuckles for the committee backfield for the Detroit Lions. We'll put the Lions on the left side of the double box, right side of the screen, 3rd and 26 for Geno Smith. What do you got for 3rd and 26? Low shotgun snap. He steps up, scrambles right, looks, and he'll just run for it. So he got it over midfield. It's 4th down and really long. You don't necessarily want to go for it, but it would also be about a 60-something yard field goal. I'm not sure what the Seahawks will do there. All three is available to them. Punt it, long field goal, or go for it. You probably punt it there. I love the game theory that we have to enact on down and distance there. Here's a 1st and 15. One of the louder stadiums in football rises to its feet.
His QB rating is 90. He's at 150 against the blitz.
Is that good?
Pretty good. Here is Montgomery, wrapped up by Metellus as he got some of the penalty yardage back. It'll be 2nd down and long.
Get you back to the Detroit drive in a minute. This was 1st and 10. Ball on the ground. You got a new quarterback in for Tennessee, Mason Rudolph. He had the reps this week in practice, but that one, a dirty exchange between quarterback and center. Ball on the ground, and it's a turnover. Terrell Bernard will come away with it for the Buffalo defense. Seattle elected to punt, by the way. Seattle on a 4th and long from midfield, punted the football to the 10-yard line to the Falcons. 2nd and 11 here.
They bring 6, they drop 1. Launching Goff over the top for has taken the lead.
That's great. Let's fucking go.
Against the pressure and blitz. Goff has been so good, and he was good that time.
And watch, Tim Patrick, he's going to come block Van Ginkel. They drop Harrison Smith, so now he becomes the
That was a great
blocker.
throw. Jared Goff is a top.
It's just the time that Goff needs to beat this cover 0, and That's a mix of just great awareness, great scheme by
that one
Johnson,
was right down the middle.
and two guys that have played at a high level together.
They're heating up.
St. Brown and Jared Goff.
So after the sluggish start, a couple of touchdowns.
Got a couple of third down updates for you. C.J. Stroud hands it off up the middle, and it is good. Dare Ogunbowale, the backup running back for Houston, picks up 6 and a first down for the Texans. 3rd and 18 for Josh Allen. This one's tough. He holds, stands, fires, cannot connect with Dawson Knox, and Tennessee forces another Buffalo Bills punt. Back in the Battle of Ohio, Jim Schwartz, the defensive coordinator for the Browns, needs some heat here, and they apply it. Cleveland Browns get home. It's the 3rd quarterback sack for the Cleveland Browns here in the first half. They're hanging in there with Cincinnati. Cleveland actually has a winning streak in Cleveland against their division foe, Cincinnati. Cleveland has won 6 in a row in Cleveland against the Bengals. Tyler Algier in at running back for the Atlanta Falcons. He finds some running room. Seattle's rush defense has had its problems so far this year. That's kind of proven to be true here in the first half as well. Algier went for 24 yards on that carry. The Atlanta Falcons have 110 yards rushing, and we're still in the first half. In fact, that Falcons game just hit the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning in Atlanta. Seattle 10, Falcons 7.
2 receptions for 3 yards, both of them by Diggs.
So I said you've got to get the ball to the tight ends and the backs.
3rd and 12.
So does that mean
more pressure. Stroud unable to get it away incomplete in the area of Dell. And again,
well, there is just big problems for the New York Giants pass protection today. It's another pass, it's another drop back, and it's another quarterback sack for the Philadelphia Eagles. That is the 5th quarterback sack for the Eagles in the first half against Daniel Jones and the Giants. Tush push time for the Cleveland Browns, and Deshaun Watson was able to pick it up there on that short yardage gain. 3rd and 13 and a deep shot, just kind of chucking it up there was Daniel Jones. He goes to the sideline. The New York Giants have had 6 possessions. They will be punting for the 6th time in the first half. 14-0 Philadelphia with the lead, and the Giants just looking for answers on offense.
3-4 yards. The opportunities have been there, but they have to be more aggressive and be able to attack this Cincinnati
So Cleveland
defense.
on the left side of the screen, they still have the ball in their own territory. Right side of the screen, Kaimi Fairbairn, who's been really good from 50 plus, will try a 52-yarder in Green Bay. And it's good, as the fans wearing all white. They called these all white uniforms winter warning uniforms. Winter warning, although it's like 70 degrees and sunny today at Lambeau Field, but we all know that can change in a matter of a week or two. But the field goal is good, and we got a 1-point game there in Green Bay. Packers 14, Texans 13. Let's listen in on the Browns.
And Rec Center in Ohio. And Spiro, this is so personal because Ward's father, Paul, died 8 years ago after suffering cardiac arrest in a spin class.
He's been such a big part of this community. Ohio born and bred, grew up in the Akron suburbs. And Denzel Ward, of course, one of the elite players for the NFL. Watson slinging it, first down, Cleveland.
Yeah, but what is that?
Back in Atlanta, this was 2nd and 3 as Kirk Cousins looks to throw for it. Pocket breaks down around him, and he gets dropped. Leonard Williams, the Seattle Seahawk. The veteran gets his quarterback sack, and that'll bring up 3rd and long. No one is across midfield right now. No one's in the red zone. No one even across midfield. Let's pick up a 3rd and 10 live.
Went to sleep early, and they got a bunch of texts. Realized that Jake Cousins did really well yesterday.
Shots made by Pitts. About 2 yards shy of the marker. There is Jake Cousins. So Kirk and Jake's dads are brothers. Kirk attended a game in the Bronx this season. Also bought the MLB package so he can keep a close eye on his cousin. They're 6 years apart. Both from Illinois, although Kirk and his family moved to Michigan. Kirk played his high school football there.
Man, Kirk told us about Jake really earning that position, right? He was bouncing around. He was kind of in between AAA, the minors, and the majors. Couldn't really hang on to a team. And then now he's with the Yankees, performing in the NLCS. I mean, that is awesome. For the ALCS, excuse me, that is awesome.
Meanwhile, back at Lucas Oil Stadium, Tyler Huntley play action. Running back out of the backfield, Alec Ingold. A little wheel route for the running back, and he picks up a big gain of 25 yards and a first down for the Finns. Low scoring there, 7-0 Miami in Indianapolis. Well, come back to the Philadelphia game, but we've hit the 2-minute warning. Eagles 14 and the New York Giants nothing. So we started this series of games with a kickoff return for a touchdown. We've had good action all the way throughout. First place Atlanta Falcons, trailing with a minute remaining in the first quarter, the first half. Buffalo Bills, first place, trailing with 4 minutes remaining. Here in the Cincinnati and Cleveland game, Deshaun Watson finally has some time to throw, and he finds his man. It's Jordan Aiken with the catch, and that's a first down for Cleveland, looking for their first score of the game, but that game has hit the 2-minute warning. So 2-minute warning in Indianapolis, 2-minute warning in New Jersey between the Eagles and Giants, 2-minute warning in Cleveland between the Bengals and the Browns.
What a play by Brian Green! Brian Green!
Do this!
All right, dude.
All right, we are back. We got our minds right. I don't know what the fuck happened, but let's fucking go.
And that's massive play by the young defensive back, Brian Branch. Athletic play by the safety there. Turns away the Vikings and gives the Lions the football with plenty of time left in the first half to try and get a score. Branch, he's the first player since Hall of Famer Ed Reed with 2 interceptions and 8 passes defended in the first 4 games of a season, as he comes away with his 3rd INT of the young season. The game with the least amount of time remaining in the first half is right here in Atlanta. Seattle with the football in field goal range. They love to push it down the field, but they only have 1 timeout remaining. Let's listen in.
Take the safety all the way out, clear him out, and then now you have this big void in the middle that Tyler Lockett's attacking with Geno Smith.
Well, you really have 2 for second and third.
From the Falcons, 26. Smith to the outside, it's Fant. And Fant once again.
Let's double box it in. 17 seconds remain in the first half on the left side of the screen. We're out of the 2-minute warning TV timeout.
That's where they got 1 touchdown.
For 21 yards to Aikens.
7th play of the drive that began at their own 9-yard line. Pierre Strong.
All right.
He was moving to his
option available in the passing game.
All Lions. This is all Lions, baby. Jared Goff's perfect.
10 straight.
And there's DK Metcalf with AJ Terrell at the top of the screen.
2nd down and 5. Smith wrapped up, throws it away.
He's 10 of 10. He's thrown the ball 10 times.
They've had 9 targets yet to try to get the ball to Judy.
Watson just stumbled, and now Watson is hurt. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Immediately clutches
All right.
at his
There we
right
are.
ankle.
Oh. Shit, are we?
Unbelievable.
Shit, that guy's strong. We have like 5 of the purple guys on him. Yes.
There's a timeout on the field for the play.
I don't even see.
Boy, was this non-contact?
Yeah.
Certainly appeared to be, as Cleveland's going to maintain possession. You see, oh boy, you see the buckle of his right leg. My goodness.
You see that snap in his calf. And no speculation, but it's not hard to
shorter field
Yeah.
goal.
Get the ball out of bounds. You know that A.J. Terrell is going to affect his speed. So right now, Terrell is in
nervous
coverage.
I see the dude coming.
Yeah. A timeout taken by the Falcons.
Well, we've got red zone for the Houston Texans with 3 minutes remaining, but the scene in Cleveland is hard not to comment on right now. Deshaun Watson, more than $200 million of guaranteed money.
9 carries,
not
67 yards.
Not the production at all that Cleveland had hoped for in his time so far with the Browns. Off-field issues and drama and legal situations, and now what appears to be a serious injury situation there in Cleveland. Joe Mixon continues to produce for the Houston Texans. 32 yards for Mixon, 9 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown, which brings us to the final play potentially. Well, it won't be the final play before the 2-minute warning as the penalty flag stops the clock at 2:20. 10 seconds remaining here on the left side of your screen in the first half in Atlanta.
All right, here we go on 3rd down. Smith steps up, takes that shot to the end zone. It is Metcalf. DK Metcalf with a Seahawks touchdown on the 31-yard bomb from Geno Smith.
Great catch!
Wow!
This is a great route by DK Metcalf. I mean, just lulled A.J. Terrell to sleep, lulled the safeties to sleep.
Talking with the Texans last night at their hotel in Appleton. They had a lot to say about how they would need to get off to a good start in this first half. D'Amico talked about the key is CJ feeling comfortable early. Hasn't really been comfortable.
No, he is not, and that's why I said it's going to be hard to win this game if that mistake doesn't change.
At the 2-minute warning, Texans need to score today. That was one of the
pick up a last 45 seconds of the first half in Indianapolis, and Miami threatening to extend their lead.
Get the ball to start the second half.
2nd and 6. This is Mostert. And Raheem Mostert down to the 16-yard line. They'll give him progress to the 15, and the clock continues to run. And now we've got a stoppage.
Well, Deshaun Watson being carted off the field. Some of his teammates coming over to give their thoughts to him. That's a lot going on there in Cleveland.
I know.
Try to get an update on him.
And Dorian Thompson-Robinson, he's the backup today. There was thoughts that maybe that Jameis Winston would be seeing some action at some point. Jameis Winston was moved to the 3rd string emergency quarterback. So the young man out of UCLA who has flashed in preseason action in preseasons past throws to the end zone, and a penalty flag comes in. I think this is going to be a pass interference perhaps, and it would be 1st and goal for Cleveland if it is.
Right away they go deep.
Defense, number 20.
And you can see number 20 to the right side. You can...
Huntley looks, batted down. Excellent defensive play by Kenny Moore. Swats
it last week, but remember, he had that big pass breakup late in the game against Darius Slayton. Here, it turns out to be a 22-yard penalty. 1st and goal, Cleveland from the 1.
And then 4 days later,
touchdown! There is a flag thrown.
No, not even a little bit. Which makes you think it's a track game and you should be worried. Back in the day, old Lions, that's the game they'd fucking lose. It's like, they'd go on the...
Oh, like, gotcha.
They would, like, go on the road and beat the team that won the Super Bowl last year, who was, like, fucking 5-1. They'd win.
Like, the worst team.
And then they'd fucking come home the next week and they'd fucking lose to a team that was like 1-6.
Right guard lined up in the neutral zone. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
Well, the right guard is Michael Dunn.
Right guard in the neutral zone. You do not see that very often.
Yeah, don't see offensive offsides. You know, usually it's a false start or an illegal formation or whatever else. They call offensive offsides, so back the Browns up. But we go triple box. Cleveland in the red zone. Houston in the red zone. Detroit in the red zone. Out of the 2-minute warning timeout in Green Bay and in Minneapolis. Toss pitch to Jahmyr Gibbs, looking for some room, doesn't get it. You got Joe Mixon working his way down inside of the 5-yard line for first and goal. Texans and Nick Chubb not able to get it in on first and goal there. They will rewind it to second and goal with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining. And Cincinnati burns a timeout because they want Joe Burrow to have some time left in the event that Cleveland scores points on that possession. So here we go, back and forth right now between the Texans and the Lions.
The 2 interceptions, and you still have the lead. It shows you know, how good you're actually playing. But right now, you asked earlier before the break.
There we are.
Bottom of the screen, it's an inside handoff. David Montgomery back in the lineup, only going to get a yard or 2 on that play. And 1 minute and 8 counting. And Minnesota's not electing to burn a timeout here. That's a little interesting, as Minnesota could save some clock. They're going to let this wind down. This is interesting clock management right here.
A lot of third downs. Only 3 total. First 2 drives were 3 and outs.
In the city, throws near side end zone, and it's incomplete. Looking for Njoku, and it will be 3rd and goal, and the clock only 2 seconds coming off.
Play clock, and Dan Campbell will call timeout.
Yeah, my mistake. I didn't notice Minnesota's out of timeouts. I was like, why are the Vikings not taking a timeout? But Dan Campbell and company, shrewd clock management on their part, let it wind down. Don't leave anything for the Minnesota Vikings on the clock. And we'll see what they do on 3rd and 7 for Detroit. Again, Minnesota was out of timeouts. That's why they could not stop the clock. They're going to reset the play clock there in the Houston-Green Bay game. And back to the Browns, 3rd and goal. Do they break the plane? The players celebrate. The line judge comes in, and they're going to mark it on the 1-foot line.
Yeah, here's the 6-1 front. You got the 4D lineman here. Collapse the edges and force it back inside.
There's Mixon. Mixon finds his way to the end zone, and another Houston touchdown.
It's a great
second to the first half for Joe Mixon, and the Houston Texans take the lead on that touchdown. Here you go. 4th and goal in the upper right-hand corner. Browns are 4th and goal.
Draw touchdown, Detroit.
And the Lions are 3rd and 7.
Let's fucking go! It's my fantasy team.
Second touchdown.
Perfect play call, dude.
So Mixon scores his 2nd touchdown for the Texans in the first half. Gibbs scores his 2nd touchdown of the first half for the Detroit Lions. And Nick Chubb, they are trying to get him in the end zone. What do they dial up on 4th and goal? Lower right-hand corner of the screen, the New York Giants have it in the red zone with 14 seconds remaining. And it was Darius Slay being helped to the sideline by the athletic training staff of the Philadelphia Eagles. 4th and goal for the Browns. They're going.
Remember, the Browns get it to start the second half. Pitch play.
Stand and cheer up, Ray. Rah, rah, rah. Go on in the game. With honor, you will keep your fame. Down the field.
And how does that bring the dog pound and the Cleveland faithful on the shores of Lake Erie to their feet? Shot to the end zone for the Giants. Penalty flag is down, but it's a touchdown as it stands for New York. No, Daniel Jones gives the head tilt as offensive. Offensive pass interference against the New York Giants. So they wiped that one off the board. A 2-point conversion coming up for the Houston Texans, who took the lead by 5. And Stephon Diggs says, yeah, you tugged at me here. And Diggs will have a word for the Green Bay Packers. There was a little pushing and shoving pregame. We'll try and show that to you between the Diggs and company. Cleveland celebrates the Nick Chubb return to the end zone, and then they miss the extra point. Oh, Browns. So it's 7-6 Cincinnati, but great to see Nick Chubb doing Nick Chubb-type things in the first half. He's back in the end zone. Well, 3rd and 14. They thought they had the first touchdown for Daniel Jones in 657 days in this stadium. Yes, you heard me right. Daniel Jones has not accounted for an offensive touchdown for the Giants in MetLife Stadium in 657 days. Now, again, he missed a large chunk of time with an injury and whatnot, but he has no touchdowns at home this year and didn't going back last year as well. Another 2-point conversion attempt, and that one loses yards there, so Green Bay celebrates. Let's game rewind. This was pregame. Watch the top of your screen. That is Stephon Diggs, number 1, having some words with some of the defensive backs for the Green Bay Packers. The officials were on, this is again, pregame warm-ups, and Diggs, one of the more passionate players in the NFL, somewhere in there, I think it's Jair Alexander as well.
He dropped it.
Alexander was coming in for his words there. They've had issues before back in the Vikings days for Stephon Diggs, but they calmed them all down. But they're playing with some heated emotions there between Houston and Green Bay. The field goal attempt is up and good, and the Giants break the seal for their first points of the afternoon. Philadelphia's lead is now 14-3. And it's a field goal attempt for the Indianapolis Colts. Matt Gay, 52 yards. Easy as you please for him. That's not an easy kick, but he makes it cleanly. And the Colts break through and make it a 10-3 game at the half. So we're at the half in Atlanta, at the half in Indianapolis, at the half in Buffalo, 5 seconds away from the half in New York, New Jersey. As well, I said half in Buffalo. Here's the final second.
Matt Collins in the game in the middle, jumping as well.
So Ridley makes the catch at the 30. Ridley at the 20. Ridley trying to get to the outside, looking at lateral Hopkins. Hopkins throws it across the field. Dangerous at this stage in the game. Petit Frere had it. Now it's scooped up by Pollard. Back to Rudolph. I think the Titans should just end this play.
And now officially it's at the half. Hey, I will say, if you remember, this is the matchup of the two teams that partook in the Music City Miracle. That was January 1, year 2000, right on New Year's Day of 2000. Of course, Tennessee came out on the much more substantial, wasn't pitchy woo-woo, but you all remember it. The throw, Lorenzo Neal across to Frank Wycheck, who housed it for the playoff win in the wild card round back in the day for the Tennessee Titans. Okay, halftime there in Western New York, and a bit of a surprise on the scoreboard between the Titans and the Bills. Jalen Hurts is just going to kneel out the final 5 seconds, and Philadelphia will take an 11-point lead into the halftime locker room. So only a couple games left with time remaining in the first half. We can go to Green Bay and Lambeau Field. We can go to Cleveland. We'll choose Green Bay. Jordan Love has thrown a couple of touchdowns and a couple of picks so far here in the first half.
Some things
this time well protected, able to launch it.
Launch a deep three.
Some things
complete.
Oh, he lost it as he was rolling around. He'd beaten Bullock. One-on-one coverage.
I mean, this is a great route throw. Just the ball's barely on his finger. Oh, he could have came down with it.
These are the two games with time remaining. We'll double box them in and watch the final seconds tick away.
So Cody Ford, who's had to play a number of snaps this year, at the moment is in at left tackle. 2nd and 10 over the middle. To get it to the tight end, Mike Gesicki. First time he's been targeted. Cincinnati with their last timeout still in their back pocket as they pick up only 2. And they're going to take it right here. Evan McPherson's got that big leg, his career long, just under 60 yards, which is a franchise record. As Zach Taylor now looks down at that play sheet, Arch, 3rd and 8, 41 seconds. They're out of timeouts.
Yeah, production has not come easy so far today in the passing game for the Cincinnati Bengals. And really another mind-boggling stat in this game is the fact that Cincinnati is 0 for 5 so far today in 3rd down. I mean, that is, when you think about Burrow and the way he's been able to operate, that's been one of his best downs And so far, Cleveland, their secondary, after not having a good day last week against the Philadelphia Eagles, has been all over these Bengal receivers.
Burrow takes a snapshot of the defense. Little wobbly pass far side, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to T. Higgins. Wasn't a pretty pass from Burrow. And 37 seconds now left on the clock. Bengals are going to punt with Rico.
We have just reached the half between the Texans and the Green Bay Packers. There was pregame fireworks with pushing and shoving. Plenty of action in a 19-14 game. That's the second highest scoring first half. That's actually the highest scoring first half with 23, make it 33 points on the board between those two playoff hopeful teams. Well, 30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds even here. Dorian Thompson-Robinson in at quarterback. We'll see if the Browns choose to be aggressive with the final 30 seconds.
Quarterback for a long time. This is since 1999, the eternal.
Let's go to the scoreboard right now. 7 games going on across the National Football League. First place teams in action, all of them trailing except for the Houston Texans. Houston Texans in first place in the AFC South. They have the 19-14 lead in Green Bay. But the first place Falcons trailing. The first place Bills trailing. The first place Vikings trailing. Interesting first halves here across the National Football League. And, of course, first place doesn't mean a whole lot in the first half of an NFL season. But something just to kind of file away as teams that are expected to win or quote-unquote favorites, underdogs, so far putting up some performances that are notable here. And the Browns elected to kneel on it with 30 seconds remaining, and Cincinnati will not burn any timeouts or cannot stop the clock. So that means that all 7 games have gone to the halftime locker room. Hi, everyone. Scott Hansen here. Thrilled to be taking you through Sunday of Week 7 here on NFL Red Zone, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Well, we saw some pretty interesting action here between the Seahawks and the Falcons. Atlanta comes in on a 3-game winning streak. Geno Smith and company come in on a 3-game losing streak. Geno and Cousins, a couple of 30-something-year-old quarterbacks. They've never faced each other as starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Bijan Robinson, a young running back, getting things done against what has been a bit of a suspect Seattle rush defense this year. It's Bijan for the touchdown. Back comes DK Metcalf and the Seahawks as Geno puts it on him. Geno Smith averaging 251 yards passing per game, make it 296. That's the highest in football through 6 weeks coming into Week 7. He has 251 attempts. No one throws it more than Geno Smith so far in the first month and a half of the season. Speaking of that Seahawks and Falcons game, that is the first to kick off into the second half. Here we go. Atlanta will get the football first to begin the third quarter.
2 of their starting 4 defensive backs, 2 of their top 5, right? So these backups are playing well.
We thank Raheem Morris for taking a moment. Shot with Megan, despite his team trailing by 10. Falcons will get the ball first here in the second half. Avery Williams.
Oh, nice hit.
Cut down at the 21-yard line. LaVisca Chenault, who brought that kickoff return back 97 yards for a touchdown last week. Big tackle on special teams.
I'm liking that. And he clearly can do it all on special teams.
They drink a lot. They drink a lot.
So Kirk Cousins and the Falcons will start from their 21-yard line. Cousins 9 of 12 for 80 yards in the first half. Falcons ran for 116.
Right, and I am. So,
The toss on first down. Robinson bottled up as we check in with Megan.
Thank you guys so much. Well, I spoke with Mike McDonald before the second half started, and he told me he contributes a lot of that first half success to having great poise and communication. He felt like they played really good situational football. He told me as for the second half, it's all about the run, both on offense and defense, guys, but he said he wants to find a way to get them more involved.
Mike McDonald, who grew up here in Georgia, went to Centennial High School in Roswell, 22 miles north of the stadium.
That's something my dad would say. We better hurry.
And then it was on to the University of Georgia. On 2nd and 10. Cousins swings it out. Robinson goes down and more. And he is finally knocked out of bounds by Kobe Bryant. Big gain for Bijan Robinson of 26 yards.
I'm watching Kobe Bryant, and I'm thinking, okay, this is really going to be an easy tackle. He's going to be the one that ends up saving it. Devin Witherspoon whiffs. Nehemiah Pritchett whiffs, and then Kobe Bryant's the one that has to save the day. Nice job by Bijan Robinson turning on the burners at the end for a big gain.
On first down, Robinson stays on his feet across midfield to the Seattle 46-yard line, gain of 7.
Wow, what an effort by Bijan Robinson. What you're going to see is Devin Witherspoon almost makes that tackle for loss, and Bijan has to make one of the most athletic plays you're going to see, jump cutting away and around him. Gets him over 100 yards, scrimmage yards today. Second time, had 2 touchdowns last week, first time in his career. Looking to match that again today.
There's Algier, spins out of the first tackle attempt. By the way, Jonathan, Mike McDonald, Seahawks head coach, telling us, and Kirk Cousins confirmed it, McDonald went to high school with Kirk Cousins' wife.
Small world, right? And they actually remember each other.
Right, they knew each other.
Went to college. They weren't the best of friends in college, but they definitely remember each other. And Kirk Cousins always said his wife was like, hey, there's a coach I went to school with.
Right.
What?
She always referred to him as my high school friend.
That's right.
Followed his career.
I wanted to make the dip, but somehow we didn't get to stop.
We asked Mike McDonald about ticket requests, friends and family at the end of the game today. He said, I didn't realize I knew this many people.
Gave all the credit to his secretary, right? He was like, whoa, I didn't know I was going to need this many tickets. Thank goodness for my secretary. She's been helping out.
From the 42, Cousins play fake to Algier. And now connects with Algier. Stopped about a yard shy of the marker. So McDonald, after his time coaching at the University of Georgia, hired by John Harbaugh in Baltimore. Also worked 1 season for his brother Jim in Michigan as defensive coordinator.
Yep.
And then it was back to the Ravens. And last year they led the league in points allowed, sacks, and takeaways.
Better for home.
Well, we just got word. This is the only game that's active right now. Everything else is still at halftime, but we just got word on one of the late window games. The Los Angeles Rams will not have Cooper Kupp. They were hopeful that Kupp might be able to return after the ankle injury this week. He has missed 3 straight games. Now it'll be 4 straight games. The Rams do have a quick turnaround as they play on Thursday Night Football 4 days from now at home against the currently undefeated Minnesota Vikings. Oh, also had a halftime ceremony here in the Indianapolis Colts game. Yeah, that's Dallas Clark, the Pro Bowl tight end, going into the Colts Ring of Honor. One of the most beloved Indianapolis Colts, Peyton Manning, and presenting him with the Colts blue jacket. Super Bowl champion, scored more than 50 touchdowns in his time in Indianapolis, more than 5,000 yards. Congratulations to Dallas Clark in the Ring of Honor. And hi and shout out to all of our football friends in the UK, specifically in London, specifically at Wembley Stadium. You guys are watching us right now in the parking garage. God bless you. I've always wanted to make it to Wembley Stadium. And there it is, the post-game crowd from the Jags-Patriots game watching NFL Red Zone. Michelangelo hit us up on the old social media machine right there. Appreciate you folks in London. By the way, UK, again, great job with your 3 set of London series games back-to-back-to-back weeks exclusively on NFL Network and NFL Plus. We have another kickoff underway. We are underway into the second half. The Miami Dolphins 10, the Indianapolis Colts 3.
It's going to take a little bit of time to get back into the rhythm, even with Tua as their quarterback.
I love seeing that, though. Mike McDaniel over talking to his wide receivers. Look, they know they haven't had any targets. He knows they haven't had any targets. Fingers crossed from Jalen Waddle, as you saw at the end of the conversation, that they would see some targets in the second half. Mike McDaniel trying to get his team into the win column for the 3rd time this year. Laura Oakman had the chance to catch up with both of these head coaches, Laura.
Let me start with Mike McDaniel, and the first thing I said was you had...
on the tackle.
Is it enhanced?
The first half stats.
Well, I think I messed up the Music City Miracle. My guys are saying, yeah, Lorenzo Neal handed it to Frank Wycheck, who lateraled it to Kevin Dyson. Hey, folks, it was 25 years ago. Give me a little slack here. No, look, it was one of the greatest plays in NFL history. Frank Wycheck threw the pass. I remember Lorenzo Neal because he had maybe the most heads-up portion of the play. He wasn't the man that was supposed to handle the football. He knew that Wycheck had to get it to hand it, to throw it back to Dyson. And they executed it perfectly, and the rest went into Tennessee Titans history. Mason Rudolph, with his first start in the history of the Tennessee Titans franchise, the former Pittsburgh Steeler, trying to get a first down on the scramble there, and they will give him the line to gain, I believe. Back in Atlanta.
25 on first down. On the toss, change of direction by Robinson. And then he takes it up the middle. Down to the 16-yard line, a gain of 9 before he was brought down by Jordan Love.
And these runs,
he
we're watching a lot of success
Tom Brady.
from Bijan Robinson, but to be frank, a lot of it is him and his effort, his athletic ability. Offensive line is doing a good job, not a great job. It's just Bijan is making something out of nothing on a lot of these plays.
96 yards on the ground for Robinson today. Second down and 1. Robinson again, but this time will not get there. Byron Murphy in his return missed the last.
All right, let's check out a Titans 4th and 2, lining up to go for it. They are I formation, and stuffed in the backfield is Tony Pollard. The Bills turn over the Titans on downs, and it's going to be instant plus territory for Josh Allen and Buffalo. Big play.
Yeah, I agree with you there, TK. This situation for the Titans, you play a good first half of football, you come out in the second half, and hey, Dwayne
about him, and he plays like it when he's 100%.
First round pick out of Texas. Here's Mooney. Darnell Mooney.
We are underway in the second half action between Minnesota and Detroit. The game of the year so far in the NFC North. And Justin Jefferson wants to get the Minnesota offense going, down by double digits. That's a 15.
Yeah. If you watch him in his press conferences, he's always like,
he's hot.
Or it's anxiety. He's always like, you can tell he's like, he doesn't seem uncomfortable talking to the media.
No, but
Yard catch for JJ. Sam
Holding!
Is 10 of
Bring
13,
it back.
90 yards, 1
Bring it
interception.
back.
For Jefferson, that's his 4th catch of the afternoon.
Rex Bagans, a bit of a whirlwind. He's on the field today. First game with the Seahawks. First down as Robinson looks to cut to the outside. Draymond Jones comes up to make the tackle.
That's a nice job. Draymond Jones getting.
So we're going to do a little double box here.
Yeah.
We've got the Atlanta offense on the left side of the screen. Buffalo offense after the turnover on downs gives them great field position on the right.
See Amari Cooper is back in the game on the outside for them.
I didn't either.
Cook next to Allen. And off Cook.
12th play of the drive. First possession of the second half. Second down and 11. Cousins complete. It's London. Speaking of Robertson Harris coming over from London, it's Drake London who makes the game.
To force them into second, third, and long situations. As we've seen early in this game, the Bills haven't been good at converting those.
For sure.
2nd down and 8 with Ty Johnson in the backfield for Buffalo. Allen trying to keep it himself, and he cannot get away. Jalen Harrell, the 7th round pick out of Michigan.
Gets it above the outstretched arms of Leonard Williams.
3rd down and 2. And this
fighting through the block and is able to bring Josh Allen down, which is not an easy feat. We talk about it all the time. Josh Allen's a quarterback, but he's a big guy and a tough guy to get down on the ground. And Harrell right there does an excellent job of fighting through. We talked about the 3rd down conversions, 0 for 5 in the first half. Now a 3rd and 12 to start it out right here. 3rd and long.
I've gotten
Allen looking for Kincaid, and he's got it along the sideline. Did he get the feet in? Yes, he did. A catch for Kincaid. And the first 3rd down conversion today for Buffalo, a pickup of 17.
This is an unbelievable over-the-shoulder catch. That is so hard to let the ball come from over.
Going for it on 4th down here, but that 50-50 has been hoping it's
Let's go Lions.
4th down and 1. Cousins throws. Touchdown. Drake London.
Throws right back to Kincaid, incomplete. Coverage on the play by the rookie Jarvis Brownlee. Josh Allen told us Friday that we're going to take some chances at Brownlee. They took one here, and he makes the play.
Just excellent coverage.
Run an option route on a backup player, and that's how you get recognizing it. Drake London recognizing
shoulder.
it.
Brownlee does an excellent job of looking.
Will it stand? Was he out of bounds?
I don't know.
Cooper in the slot.
The Bills like to do a lot of all verts down here in the tight red area.
2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10 on the left side of the screen in the red zone. Josh Allen, end zone, touchdown, Buffalo Bills. Right side of the screen, 3rd and 2 for Minnesota. As it's Amari Cooper who caught that touchdown. Welcome to Buffalo, Amari Cooper. And it's a turnover for the Detroit Lions. It's Branch. He's going to house it if he can get past one man. He does. Touchdown Detroit. Amari Cooper. Touchdown Bills. Brian Branch. Touchdown Lions.
Yeah, he said that about him. So he's like,
Oh, okay. So then
With another big defensive play. Yeah, take a look. The old peanut punch. He knocks it. The question is, did he step out? He did. Yes.
Hardly even know her.
Runner recovered by Detroit for a touchdown.
Now they're going to take a quick look at this. You can clearly see Naylor's right foot is out of bounds. See if the ball starts moving. Not yet. Okay, so this is going to come back much to the. He's going to be able to take a big, deep breath because Brian Branch's incredible day already almost got a lot better, but this one's going to come back and result in the 1st down.
Break for Minnesota. Yeah, you heard the collective cheer and probably sigh of relief from this crowd of 60,000 plus. Nearly 70K here. But Clay Martin will have the call. Again, officials are often taught to let plays like that go because the review process, expedited or not, always looks at turnovers and scoring plays. And all the guys on the field know it's still Minnesota ball.
The previous play is now under review.
Now they'll officially review it. This should seemingly, based on what we just saw, come back to Minnesota's approval.
We would agree that looked pretty conclusive, but they want to make sure about it, so we'll let you know how it comes out in the wash. 3rd and 4, and oh boy, here come the Packers. Right up into C.J. Stroud's grill was Eric Wilson. Quarterback sack for Green Bay, and the Texans going to be forced to punt back to the Packers. Packers down by 5 in that game. A 1-point game here as it's Dorian Thompson-Robinson ostensibly for the rest of the day. Did we get official word from, we would assume that we're going to hear that Deshaun Watson is done for the day, but not sure if we have that yet. Jameis Winston is available as the emergency QB.
General Manager Andrew Berry has really liked him. He told me 2 years ago that he was the 5th-rated quarterback on his draft board, and even last year as a rookie, he's shown an uncommon maturity.
Had a bad
his
leg
teammates
injury.
really respond to him, and of course, you know what he did last year in helping the Browns win a key game.
You mentioned that.
We'll go double box with the Indianapolis Colts on a 3rd and.
And here's DTR. But he sold that fake well and he's off to the races. Boy, you can see the dynamism at this kid.
Dolphins rush 5. Richardson. Pump's now going to run. He's in trouble, and he's going to get stopped well short of an Indianapolis first down. David Long Jr. there to.
And you're Lou Anarumo. When you're thinking about game planning for this game, I don't think you game plan for Dorian Thompson-Robinson to be in the game. And so I am sure that this week of practice, they didn't see many zone reads like this. I know Deshaun Watson runs some of that stuff, but not quite the speed that you just saw on that play.
Play action. Boy, Njoku. And now they're going to rule incomplete. Bobbled that initially thought he had a chance, but it's an incomplete. Arch, how hard is that? You mentioned it.
That one goes incomplete. Here comes a 3rd and 3 for Daniel Jones. Gets the pass off cleanly. That's a bit of a win for the Giants. Suffered many sacks in the first half, but the pass goes incomplete, and that'll be the 7th punt of the game for the New York Giants. 13 punts combined between Philadelphia and New York this afternoon.
Do they not have enough to overturn this?
Different
Are you kidding me?
Era. Normally, when the backup came in, he didn't know really what he was doing, so you felt like you're going to have a pretty good day on defense.
They got to overturn this, right? I mean, I'm not
everyone covered. Could be a free play. DTR running. It's going to be a first down if it sticks. Boy, he takes a wallop at the end of the play.
Okay, listen. Turn that off. You're driving me nuts.
Sorry.
It's a 1-14.
Listen in on Dean Blandino's explanation of the out-of-bounds fumble recovery for a touchdown in
Is that heel
Minnesota.
On the ground? I think it is, and if it is, it's in the white. So to me, this should go back to the Vikings. But again, it's a lot closer than what we initially thought.
I appreciate Dean breaking down the nuances of a play like that. Clay Martin has been over at the monitor for a moment. He's coming out for the call.
After review, the runner was out of bounds just prior to the ball coming loose. The ball will be placed at the 46-yard line where it's first down. Please set the game clock to 12:48. 12:48 on the.
About that potential significant injury to his Achilles, but all they're telling us now that it is indeed an Achilles and he is done for the day. So 2nd and 15 as they play from the Cincinnati 48. Thompson Robinson looking right, a little bit low with that pass, and it is caught. Cedric Tillman, who started the day with only 3 catches on the season, has been their workhorse to pick up a 5. Arch, take us back to the scoring drive. This was the play. You see the leg buckle. And immediately, first pass attempt.
Blitz was coming from Kirby Joseph.
And seeing the right leg, kind of vibrate and snap the way it did. Not a good look. They were able to get a touchdown out of that drive.
Over the middle, Thompson Robinson completes to Elijah Moore. Remember, Dustin Hopkins missed the point after. He also missed the field goal in the first half, so that's the reason why this is a 1-point Cincinnati lead. As Cleveland Arch comes up a little bit short, and on 4th and 1, Kevin Stefanski keeping his offense on the field.
Well, you've seen a couple times short yardage. They've gone up inside, and Cincinnati really doing a good job. They did score on a toss. Wouldn't be surprised to see DTR keep this one around the edge.
Would have been a 53-yard attempt. Instead, Thompson Robinson low and incomplete. Thompson Robinson fielding
4th and 1. Seahawks lining up for it.
Inside handoff and a first down for Charbonnet. So that will quiet. The crowd needed 1 and gained 7.
Man, that's a good-looking play because you have everyone bunched up right in the middle in those A-gaps.
Just had this in the Dolphins-Colts game. Raheem Mostert, left side, gets some yardage, but then gets the ball stripped away. And Shegu Alubi is number 50. He's coming back the other way. Shegu, do your thing. Alubi inside of the 30, and it's great field position for the Colts after the turnover by Miami. Touchdown there would tie things up. We'll get you there in just a moment. But Green Bay has some room. Here comes Josh Jacobs. Pops it into the red zone. Green Bay told you about the formidable nature of their rushing attack as a team.
Oh, he's doing the
Obviously,
gritty.
Josh Jacobs is their leading rusher on the season. And number 8 goes for 27 on that rush. Jacobs, 10 carries for 70 yards. So we'll dip in live on this red zone possession, and the Colts will have it just outside the red zone.
Yeah, he's a good
By the
player.
way, we just got official word, not it's a surprise at all. Deshaun Watson has been ruled out for the rest of the day. Obvious news apparently, but we still pass it along when we get it officially. Deshaun Watson done.
2nd and 9. Dobbs across the middle and another first. Goal to go. Update time, and we go to New York. Back to Matt Ryan.
All right, guys, in Buffalo, facing cover 0, Josh Allen's going to look and find who? That's right, Amari.
We have that touchdown live for you here on NFL Red Zone. They'll do an update. We have a 3rd and 8 for Minnesota.
3rd and long for Darnold, taking a shot for Jackson.
First and goal. And the Texans are all over that little dump off to Jacob Settle, who's had some.
Talked all game. He's the hardest man matchup in football. That time Robertson, number 21's matched up in press coverage.
Told you that Justin Jefferson plays some of his best football against the
One thing
Detroit
I don't like about
Lions.
this is I'm
He
not used
scores
to
that
the
one, and it's a one-possession game in Minneapolis. 3 teams in the red zone at the moment. Upper right-hand corner, stoppage with a penalty flag down. Upper left-hand corner, 2nd and goal for Jordan Love. Tells the running back, come back into the formation, maybe wants some pass protection, takes the shotgun snap and drops back. Then he throws it underneath. This is Josh Jacobs. There it is. Josh Jacobs, his first receiving touchdown of his career. He had the longest streak in NFL history of catching passes without ever scoring a touchdown. It was more than 200 receptions in his career. That would be reception number 200 and about 208. The all-time drought for catching passes without a touchdown is over.
And that's what widens Hansen and opens the whole lane there. Didn't even have to block him. Matt LaFleur, incredible drive.
McManus, extra point is good. I've seen
no,
with
because
Jordan
you
Love.
have
So
the
we're
2
gonna-
kinds and you
Dolphins
put the
defense trying to hold the Colts to 3, but Indy's got his eyes on a game-time touchdown here in the 3rd.
Did you put it in the freezer?
This is a great area of the field to utilize the running skills of Anthony Richardson. I mean, it makes it true 11 on 11. So see if they dial up some kind of zone read play.
It's Goodson into the end zone for his first NFL touchdown.
Now we've got action. Team scoring touchdown in the red zone. We've got Seattle inside of the 20-yard line.
DK Metcalf at the bottom.
Maybe it might be a lot to drink.
On first down, Smith lobs one
I see
up
man.
for Walker, who dives, makes the catch. Spectacular reception by Walker for his 2nd touchdown today.
Kenneth Walker caught this like a wide receiver. Look at that, over his shoulder, outstretched arms. You don't see running backs make that type of catch. That is a tremendous play by Kenneth Walker. And then just take a look at Geno Smith being mobile in the pocket.
Here we go with the running backs having a day scoring touchdowns. Kenneth Walker has one on the air and one through the ground. We've got a couple of different rushers who have 2 on the ground. You've got Josh Jacobs scoring his first receiving touchdown of his career on his 211th pass. In fact, there it is in the CBS NFL Today update. Josh Jacobs, that was his 211th career catch and his first NFL touchdown. Again, the longest streak ever without a receiving touchdown. The Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, that's fucking what I'm talking about.
First, now 2nd and 5 in the red zone.
That's fucking great.
He has it. And when he got near
I didn't
the
know
5,
he
he
was
was
live
pushed
or not
back.
because I turned away to put these on, and then, like, I don't know, sometimes they show stuff that's not.
Came in with the 4th most rush yards in the NFL through 6 weeks.
Look at him.
Where are we at? Are we in the
This season has been interesting. His completion percentage has dipped down to inside of 47% in the red zone.
All right, Josh Allen getting on the board. All right.
As they try to get their ground game going. Burrow to the end zone. Big shoulder to Chase.
He's open, but Hurts couldn't get it to him for the touchdown. And it's 4th and 2.
Sparrow, when this offense is playing at their best, it really comes down to single high, one-on-one matchups with the cornerbacks. The way they could hit the back shoulder, especially he and Jamar Chase, or hit the big ball.
8 out of 12 on 4th down tries. What do you think?
And I like this call. Up 11. Go ahead. I'm surprised they didn't get in their tight formation for the brotherly
It's
shove.
a dumb penalty.
Hurts. He's going to run, get the first down. And he stopped there. Took a tough hit, but he made it.
Pinnock.
Yeah, Jason Pinnock delivered it. But he got the first down. And
That was a serious collision.
14 of 14 for Jared Goff.
Watch his eyes. He's going to look left first. Right away. He wants to check his one-on-one to the left side. Realizes they're dropping
Come on,
8.
15
And
of
this is a chance for
15.
him to go steal some yards with his legs. But Pinnock, are you kidding me? Oh, man.
16 yards. And 2 touchdowns.
Short of the goal line.
Picking up those free set of downs. I mean, that's huge by Hurts. I know he wanted to get it in the end zone after that big collision.
Well, they can go Saquon down there. They can go Philadelphia brotherly shove down there. What got him down there was the former New York.
Nice!
Saquon.
First down!
Second time today.
Jared fucking Goff!
Almost untouched. That's a 38-yard run. Saquon is having a day against his former team. 135 on the ground, 11 more on the air. That's 146 scrimmage yards. He already has 1 touchdown. Brian Burns down on the ground for the Giants. That's a concern. But Saquon probably going to get another carry inside of the 5-yard line. David Montgomery turning in a nifty play. Did you see that? See that one-handed little
Nice available.
pass here? Let's show you a rewind as Jared Goff wants to see his running back on the jumbotron.
Oh no! There goes
One-handed snag. Let's hear it for the sticky gloves. 14 yards on the catch and run. Good to see Monty back in the lineup. Remember, he came out of the game for a handful of plays in the first half with what they turned a knee injury, but apparently okay.
Not just to get rid of him, because she had to sign someone else.
To some type of an injury, shaken up a bit, so he will not be available on 2nd and goal. This is brotherly shove territory, but do they give it to Saquon for a little icing cap?
Yeah, he's having a good season.
Impressive, Mark, again. No Jordan Love to start the season. Becton during the game. This will be whatever you want to call it. Hurts will keep. He will get pushed. There's a flag down. And he did not get in.
Did they move early?
Yeah, empty point bottle.
Pressure package again.
Pass broken up by Eric Wilson. He has made some plays today, and they denied.
They're pointing to the Giants.
I think they lined up offsides.
Offside. Defense, number 51. Line up in the neutral zone. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. Second down.
It's Azeez Ojulari right here.
Yeah, that one only costs you half the distance to the goal. Sometimes defenses will try and edge that on purpose. It's Jared Goff up top. Khalif Raymond, nifty catch. Two nice catches for the Detroit Lions on these drives. And so they go quick on the snap, and well, you can see the body mass. That pushed into the painted turf, and that's a touchdown, Philadelphia.
His third touchdown run this year.
Damn it!
Look at Barkley chipping in his guys.
Yeah.
But watch the push. This is the all-out team effort. Just like in Remember the Titans, Coach Boone, what did Denzel Washington say? Like Novocaine, give it time. It always works, baby.
That's it.
That's a tough play to stop.
And with that rushing touchdown, Jalen Hurts is now tied on the Eagles' all-time franchise list for rushing touchdowns for third place, tied with LaShawn Shady McCoy. Shout out Shady. Saw him on an airplane the other a couple of weeks ago there. Shady McCoy, 44 touchdowns in his excellent Eagles career. And now
Jared Goff's just so good. He's just so good. First down.
Number one,
Tim
the
Patrick.
Hall of Famer on the Eagles list. Amari Cooper caught the touchdown for the Bills that put them in front on the last possession. There goes Amari Cooper again with a 19-yard completion, and Buffalo is just outside the red zone.
For 68 yards after a quiet first half that saw him go 4 for 11. Allen over the middle. There's Shakir at the 20. And Shakir is tackled close to a first down. Brownlee on the stop. And a 9-yard gain for Shakir.
And Khalil Shakir is a guy that'll benefit from Amari Cooper being there as well. He's a guy that works really good underneath and in the middle of the field.
Before the Buffalo next snap, this just happened seconds ago in the Detroit-Minnesota game. Jared Goff, good pass protection, steps up, throws. Tim Patrick with another catch. That's a 22-yard gain. Jared Goff is 16 of 17 passing, 210 yards and a touchdown. Goff is one of the hottest quarterbacks in the game.
What a run!
In terms of clean, high
what a move!
Percentage, yards and touchdowns, having a fantastic stretch over the last 3 or 4 games. That play on first down doesn't get anything. In fact, it loses yards. Andrew Van Ginkel there to make the stop for a 4-yard Detroit loss. 2nd and 14 coming up for the Lions. 1st and 10 coming up again for the Buffalo Bills from the 13-yard line.
I don't know.
His speed is evident.
The switch continues.
Nice cut by Montgomery to get away from Ivan Pace. And he'll muscle his way down to the 21-yard line. Set up about third medium here for Detroit.
Back in the Battle of Ohio, Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Touchdown Detroit Lions!
He goes over the middle. Oh, he had so much steam on that pass. Pops up in the air, and Sam Hubbard, Mr. Bengal, the defensive captain, gathers in the interception there for the Cincinnati defense. Bengals are set up immediately. Okay, Bills in scoring range, Lions in scoring range.
Coleman in motion. Allen looking end zone, and it's incomplete. Dawson Knox, and there was a lot of contact on his route. No call. Makes it 3rd down.
And pass. It is Gibbs next to Goff.
Big base, perfectly.
4 on the rush. Goff underneath. He's got a man and a first down to Raymond. He gets away from a defender and scores.
It's all a timing throw.
So now it's 3rd and 7. Allen, quick pass, and it's incomplete. Was looking for Keon Coleman on the slant, and out comes Tyler Bass.
I mean, it's just as simple as that. Gets a nice little seal block and runs through contact, and another big 3rd down pickup for another touchdown.
back up to a 20.
Told us there was a competition at practice on Thursday that Bass won. So he is the kicker, receives an ovation here as he comes on the field, and now will attempt a 28-yard field goal. Out of the hold of Sam Martin. And you can hear the fans trying to support Bass. He makes the short kick. Bills go up 7.
That was a little over-exaggerated cheer, I think, from the Buffalo faithful, as Tyler Bass has had some struggles kicking the football, but does his job well there. Jaden Reed gets stopped and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. That was 3rd and short. Excellent defense end-to-end for D'Amico Ryan's crew, and we'll see if they end up punting. You got to think from their own 13-yard line. Tyler Huntley, the Miami Dolphins with all sorts of quarterback issues to begin with. Tyler Huntley has just gone into the locker room for the Miami Dolphins. Tim Boyle is up next at quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. We'll let you know when they get the football. I think we just had a sudden change, as a matter of fact, in that Dolphins and Colts game. Next closest team is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Before the season began. 2nd and 8, fake. Burrow shouldered well, but it's incomplete. Trying to find the rookie tight end, Eric All. And that's going to set him up with a 3rd and 8. Got another NFL Today update. Matt Ryan in New York.
All right, in Minnesota, Jared Goff is going to find Khalif Raymond for the 21-yard touchdown. Wide open crossing route makes his way into the end zone. Jared Goff on the day, 18 of 19 for 227 and 2 touchdowns. Detroit rolling in Minnesota. Back to you guys.
Man, Detroit rolling, to say the least. What a start for the Lions.
4 touchdowns.
As they
gotta
try to keep it
have
going.
faith.
And look at what Cincinnati has done on 3rd down. 0 of 6.
They've got 3rd and 8, and the Bengals going for a handoff. It doesn't get much at all. 3rd and 1 for the G-men. They run up the middle.
Almost breaking through is Tracy.
And it's Tyrone Tracy. He's had a couple of nice games back-to-back. Devin Singletary is available and back in this lineup for the Giants, but Tracy has earned a few more touches in this Giants offense. He picks up the first down here.
For those extra yards in that duo, just double teams across the board. Blankenship. Saving a touchdown.
Fake to Tracy. And Jones is sacked. That is the 6th today, the 2nd for Jalen Carter.
Well, Jalen Carter right through the middle is going to get to the right edge here. In that B gap, right next to Greg Van Rote. And I mean, it's such a long developing play. I know
10 total sacks between the Eagles and Giants defenses. 6 for Philadelphia, 4 more for New York, and 21-3 to score in favor of the Eagles. Geno Smith on a deep bootleg actually came out of the game for a play and puts it on his man. It goes incomplete. I think Geno had something in his eye. Needed to get some eye wash in there. He cleaned it up, and he's back in the lineup for Seattle. That was Devin Singletary running the football for New York, and the Giants will pick up a 3rd down and manageable 3rd and 7 upcoming for the G-men.
Coach Dave will talk to us about that and how he will communicate to that to Daniel Jones.
Woods is picked up for a moment, but Jones is going to go down again. I mean, this is a Nakobe Dean. This is just quarter play clock winding down. 3rd down and 7.
Basketball.
Smith to the outside, and Metcalf comes down out of bounds.
Now that's a veteran move. Justin Simmons, he's going to go, and he realizes he can't make a play on the ball, but there is no force-out rule, so he can just take DK Metcalf and shove him out of bounds so that this is an incompletion. That's a nice job by Justin Simmons not trying to go make a play on the football. Instead, make a play on the man and force
nearly got him.
Back in this battle of a 5-1 and 4-2 team, Joe Mixon. Oh, he caught that at the last second, just able to scoop it up and then get the turbo boost to pick up some yards. Mixon has been a difference maker for this Houston offense. This game last week and in week 1 in his Texans debut. Houston trails by 2, 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter there. The Minnesota Vikings, prior to this game, had only trailed for 5 offensive snaps. They've been trailing most of the game to Detroit, so they want to pick up some offense, and they get some right here.
Down inside the 45.
That's Jalen Naylor with the catch there. Number 83, Jalen Naylor with the catch and run, and Minnesota is into Lions territory.
Another holding call. Wow.
To Mixon, and then C.J. Stroud comes back to Stephon Diggs, makes the catch, first down, and into Green Bay territory go the Houston Texans. Got some action now. Minnesota down by 11. They've trailed by 11 twice in this game, and were able to pull it back to within a one-possession contest. 4 minutes and counting left in the third.
They overcome 1st and 20.
Offside
catch of the season for Naylor. Darnold, another flat thrown on the far side. Darnold's going to take off, and Arnold will shove him out. And we'll check that marker. Likely coming back.
That's not a penalty you see much ever.
Offside. Offense number 3. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Jordan Addison up in the neutral zone.
Well, we cut back to the Eagles offense. Guess who? Again. Stutter step for Saquon, and he's loose. Into the secondary. Speed. A little bit of power. Pushes his way past almost to midfield. It's a 41-yard gain, and Barkley now with 176 rushing yards, already has a touchdown, has a couple more catches for double-digit yardage as well. Barkley with a picture-perfect day against his old team in MetLife Stadium. Saquon Barkley, he's the leading rusher in the history of MetLife Stadium. Coming into today, he had 2,601 yards rushing in his Giants days and home games and one road game, quote unquote, at MetLife against the Jets. But Barkley having a day.
There's Jonnu Smith climbing the ladder to get a Dolphin first down inside the 15.
And back at Lambeau Field, 3rd and 7. They're not in field goal range yet. Looks like we have some movement at the line of scrimmage. No penalty flag comes in, and C.J. Stroud gets dropped. Green Bay's defense comes up with the stop, and that takes them out of any thought of getting a field goal. And 4th and 17, you can't go for that. So Green Bay will force a Houston Texans punt. 1 minute remaining in the third quarter there in Lambeau. 3 minutes and counting here in Indy.
First down and 10. The handoff to the fullback, Alec Ingold. He's got 11 yards rushing, but the ball pops out at the end of the play. The ball squirts out at the 14-yard line, and it's recovered by the Colts.
And a sudden change, turnover in the red zone for the Miami Dolphins. Alec Ingold couldn't hold on to it. DeForest Buckner on the sideline there, injured on IR for Indianapolis, who cheers on his teammates coming away with the turnover. Darnold, time to throw, surveys, fires. It's Naylor. No, it's Aaron Jones downfield, looking like a wide receiver out of the backfield there. Jones with a chunk play pickup for Minnesota, and a fresh set of downs, Vikings.
You can't go for him before you take him
against Aaron Jones, but there's just no pressure. There is nothing at the face, at the feet of Darnold, and when you can work all the way back.
And let's double box in the Atlanta-Seattle game. Seahawks up by 10, but a 3rd and 1, and I'm not sure he got there. Let's see. Okay, they'll mark him in for the first down, just enough there in the middle of the pile of bodies, picking up the first for the Falcons. All right, some work to do there, work to do here for Minnesota. 60 seconds remaining before we hit.
Oh yeah! Josh Pascal, the guy that's
very
been on
consistent
the
offensive line. Minnesota St. Thomas
twice
every
today.
game, and they performed well today.
Yeah, the ability to marry your coverages to your front pressure is critical for defenses throughout the league. And I'm a lot more comfortable playing man coverage when I expect the ball have to come out really quickly. But you can sit and pat the ball in the pocket and really stress your man defenders.
Right.
Fake it to Jones. Darnold sees pressure, and it is Pascal to bring him down. Right on cue. It's the first time they get to Darnold for a set.
Back in the orange-on-orange matchup, 3rd and 8. DTR avoids the sack. He's got to throw this one up there. That's going to go well out of bounds. Trying to avoid getting dropped for a big loss. Bengals apply the pressure. Bengals will force a punt.
Wow.
They desperately need it. That'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. First time.
And here's a 3rd and 4 live for Anthony Richardson.
3rd and 4. Richardson deflected it incomplete. He wanted Josh Downs, but Cater Kohu there to break it up, and the Colts can't catch fences.
Philadelphia Eagles on a 3rd and 7. This will be the first play of the 4th quarter. 3rd and 7. They've got a 17-point lead, 18-point lead, and they would love to work some clock and get another score here to have some comfort through the final 15 minutes.
Looked like during that timeout, they were trying to scheme up something for Devontae Smith over there.
0 for 7 on 3rd down. That's the one thing that hasn't gone right for the Eagles today.
No, it was plugged in.
Facing a 3rd and 7
Well,
with Gainwell in there. Blitz. Hurts gets away. And Jalen Hurts is going to run for the first down and a little bit more out of bounds. How did he escape from that? When everybody's getting sacked today, he unsacked him.
Well, Matthew Adams had him dead to rights in the backfield right there, and Hurts is too strong in that way from.
They quarterback sacked Jalen Hurts' towel. The problem is it was a breakaway towel. And the quarterback went for a first down. 3rd and 9 here for Kirk Cousins, who gets smashed. And the ball is loose. The Seattle Seahawks scoop it.
And a touchdown for the Seattle defense.
Touchdown. The grand slam, as the Hall of Famer Warren Sapp used to like to call it. The quarterback sack, the strip, the fumble recovery, and the touchdown. Derek Hall houses it for the Seahawks, and now Seattle has a commanding lead in the 4th quarter in Atlanta. You got Philadelphia now with a 1st and goal in the 4th quarter, as you see the replay for the Eagles on the left side of the screen.
Use his right hand, split those defenders, get down and get low. That's exactly what you want.
Let's go to the scores real quick. Big picture, 7 games going on across the National Football League. 1 possession games in 4 of them. 1 possession game in Buffalo, 1 possession game in Green Bay, 1 possession game in Cleveland, and a tie game in Indianapolis. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Week 7, it's the witching hour, when wins become losses and losses become wins. Let's go back live to the Bengals, and there we go with the graphic. It is the witching hour, ladies and gentlemen. We go Cincinnati, Cleveland.
Just taking the small profit, but then when it's there and the opportunity's there, he always seems to hit the big ball when he needs to.
3rd down, quick cross. Higgins sprung free. Touchdown.
He was lost it.
Oh, he's got it.
And this
They're down. There we go.
punch
Field
of
goal.
Higgins and Chase. And it's all Cincinnati.
Let's go triple box right now, ladies and gentlemen, as you got 2 teams down at the goal line. On the upper right-hand corner, Philadelphia trying to perhaps put the finishing touches on a win in New Jersey. Bottom of your screen, Josh Allen and the Bills, who were trailing in the first half to the Titans, righted the ship, and they can make it a 2-possession lead, as the Cincinnati Bengals have just done with the Joe Burrow to T. Higgins touchdown pass.
Consistent to the year.
I think Hurts called his own number. He looked over at the sideline.
What's another one? And Hurts will keep, and there's the push. And the Giants. Let's try a 4th down.
4th down. Big Dexter Lawrence is hard to move in there. Here comes Saquon.
This game looks fun.
4th down. Crowd on its feet.
Back to the triple box here. You see the bottom of your screen. Minnesota trying to make this a one-possession game. Reichard still has not missed this year. It's an 8-point difference in that massive NFC North game in the fourth quarter. Upper right-hand corner, they're taking another slow-mo replay look at Dalton Kincaid's play down inside of the red zone. And 4th and goal here. The Eagles are going to let the play clock get down to 1, and then they'll burn their timeout. Or do they take the... Yeah, they did take their timeout. I said you could take the delay of game if you were content with kicking a field goal in that situation, but they want to make a decision on 4th and goal with the 5 yards still there. Okay, Dalton Kincaid did lose the football as he was going out of bounds, but the pylon certainly was not involved on that play. Just want to make sure they get the right marker, I believe.
Yeah, I think that would be the right thing. But every once in a while, I know in my career, sometimes it was dropped, sometimes it was spiked, and every once in a while to be thrown with a little bit of an arc, like a three-pointer. So you just want to make sure they get it out before the snap.
Yeah, you got to know your referee, and John Hussey accepted it.
Remember when they used to be off the ropes?
What kind of got lost on that play was just a terrific pass by Josh Allen. Just an easy flick.
And the Eagles lining up, tush push formation. They got a touchdown on it in the third quarter. Here they go in the fourth. 4th and goal, touchdown, unstoppable.
Signal for a touchdown. Jalen Hurts, 2nd rushing touchdown of the day.
This is all determination. I think on that 3rd down, they had a funky snap, and he didn't quite field it clean. This time, he got it perfect. Just look at the push up front.
That's almost the bodies flying all over.
After review, the receiver did complete the process of the catch. Although we ruled down by contact on the field, but after reviewing the play, the ball was fumbled forward out of bounds. As a result, we are changing that ruling on the field. Tennessee's challenge is deemed to be successful. They will not be charged a timeout.
No, because you don't have the hormone.
And they have 2 more challenges remaining due to the successful challenge.
Interesting call there, Gene. He gets to save the timeout.
For women, hold the hormone.
Exactly, Andrew, and I think John did a great, Hussey did a great job of explaining that, because an aspect of that play was changed, and it was the fact that the ball was fumbled forward out of bounds, so the ball was moved back to the spot of the fumble. Because that aspect is changed, they do not really lose that challenge, so still has 2 challenges remaining, and a good job by John Hussey of explaining that.
Gene, don't go anywhere, all right? We don't want to lose you to one of these teams, so don't answer the phone.
I like it where I am, Andrew. I'm not moving.
We like it too. Thank you, Gene.
Yeah.
1st and goal for Buffalo.
I love for quarterback run down here at this part of the field.
Cook in motion. Allen looking to run it himself, and a broken play there. And it'll be 2nd down. Could be the final play of the quarter.
Yeah, I like the call.
And the clock will wind down to the end of the 3rd quarter in Buffalo. It'll be Bills' 2nd and goal when they start the 4th quarter. We're in the 4th quarter here. 2-point deficit for Houston. And they have been jawing and bumping and talking and pushing and differences almost every conclusion of every play in this last drive. There has been some Packer talking with some Houston Texan. No penalty flags just yet. The result of the play, by the way, was not a 1st down. Told you that Cousins got blasted on the fumble, scoop, and score. And yep, there is the nose juice to prove it right there. Bring out the gauze as the quarterback. He's going to be okay, we would assume, but he needs a little oil leakage stoppage there. You've got Jahmyr Gibbs on a handoff right tackle as the Lions want to burn some clock here. They'd love to get another possession lead. Good one here in Minneapolis. We'll bookmark that Buffalo 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line when the Bills begin the 4th quarter.
Cheer from this Vikings fan.
I wish that game.
Off the play action. Goff down the middle. St. Brown is there into Viking territory. A big gainer on 3rd and short. Picks up 16 to move the chains. And Goff 19 for 20 today.
Yeah, and it starts with the blitz pickup. Great job here by Gibbs. Pace comes and it's picked up really well. And then just a little dig right in front of Harrison Smith. Watch this route. Amon-Ra St. Brown sells like he's running the corner. That ball is in the air well before he gets his head around.
We'll double box in the Indianapolis Colts on the right side of the screen. That's a 10-10 game between Indianapolis and Miami. Here comes your run. Jahmyr Gibbs looking for a spot. Maybe gains a couple of yards.
Oh, no!
No more.
There it is.
Still in there getting things done for this Dolphins defense. And defense coordinator Anthony Weaver is with him in Baltimore. Richardson throws, around by Pierce, and then Pierce upended. He's got the first down at the 32. Jordan Brooks took his legs out from under him.
Yeah, just some good stuff here because you're not making your receiver work too hard once he catches the football. You know, it's out front, got to reach up a little bit, but you don't got to stop and wait. Allow the defender to catch up and make a tackle.
And here we go.
Pierce has gotten in. And we're ready to start the fourth quarter. The Buffalo Bills have a touchdown lead, and they are 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Buffalo, huge favorites at home against the Tennessee Titans. Titans defense has given the Bills all they can handle so far today. Buffalo looks for breathing room.
All the way down. Shakir in motion. Allen over the middle, and it's caught for a touchdown. Johnson. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the year and his 3rd overall.
We saw the Buffalo Bills repping this in practice. And the play is likely designed for Amari Cooper to run the whole
29 yards on the afternoon. Dolphins bring some pressure. They run into it with Sermon, and Sermon fights his way for yardage after contact. We've seen some tough running from the former Ohio State Buckeye, Trey Sermon.
It's just a great job, and the most important thing for offensive linemen is to stay on your feet. Watch this side right here. With everybody.
Before the next Colts snap, let's show you Daniel Jones on the sideline. He's out of the game. Drew Lock in for the New York Giants. So this is either waving the white flag at 28-3, or Brian Daboll has made a decision about his quarterback for the final 11 minutes. Drew Lock goes incomplete on that pass.
2nd and 4. Sermon again on the edge inside the 10, and it's 1st and goal, Indianapolis.
And just the ability to get your running back one-on-one out in space. Great job by Alec Pierce. On the down block, you get Kendall Fuller out in space. And the guy that's a little bit more power, not as much shake and wiggle and speed, is Tyler Goodson does a nice job right there.
First and goal. Colts have not led today. Sermon getting a breather with Goodson in the backfield. He'll motion out. Richardson on the designed keep, and Richardson fights his way inside the 5, muscling through some big bodies to get it to the 4.
Get that relationship between your quarterback and your center. They just take care of him. Here comes Ryan Kelly. He's got his arm around him. Come on, big man. Let's see if we can get you some more yards.
Moments ago in the Green Bay-Houston game, still 10 minutes remaining right around in this fourth quarter. Jordan Love with the lead. Be careful around your own goal line. Daniil Hunter. Texans pass rush puts so much pressure on the opposing offense as Anthony Richardson with the keeper gains maybe a yard on that one. The quarterback sack by Daniil Hunter will put the Green Bay Packers in 3rd and 27 from their own 3.
Big play, of course. 3rd and 27 from the end zone, trying to get a little bit of it back. The catch is made out of about the.
I just laughed because he was actually kind of a dick to me.
250th career game for Calais Campbell.
Oh, we made it pay for
Third and goal for the Colts. Under 9 to play here at Indy. Play clock at 3. Richardson gets the snap. Backside pressure comes. He's on the run, looking. Now he'll tuck it, throws into the end zone, and it skips incomplete. Good coverage in the short area for Miami, Darryl, and Richardson nowhere to go when he started to run.
Yeah, and I would like to see him in that situation. You know, just make sure you secure the football. Don't try and do anything big right here. We saw it on that fumble recovery, right? You know, how many times have we seen Patrick Mahomes come out of there with something ridiculous that turns into a positive play? Well, Anthony Richardson's not at that stage right now. We're going for it here.
They ran the field goal unit on. Now they're running the offense back on. Now the Dolphins have a chance to substitute.
Why is he just out by
Miami
himself?
is going to use a quick timeout. Mike McDaniel on the sprint to get the timeout.
Because Justin Jefferson.
As the Dolphins ran the offense out.
Watch what just happened in the Falcons-Seahawks game. So Kirk Cousins stomped on the gas pedal to get back in this thing. Overthrown, tip pass. Drake London couldn't handle it. Julian Love gets it and then leaves the ball on the ground. Although, Julian Love's pointing to the ground. He's like, I picked it cleanly. Ground can't cause a fumble. And we think we've got an interception here for the Seattle Seahawks. So, Seahawks in perfect position to try and end their 3-game losing streak. That's a ball to Drake London.
He was slopping all around me.
He doesn't. And it leads to a turnover to Seattle. Seahawks trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Falcons trying to keep a 3-game winning streak alive. Both of those could be swapping in a matter of 10 minutes. Field goal is up and good. We are tied no more in Indy. Colts 13.
Holding. Oh, that's a penalty.
Minnesota Vikings
They didn't
down
touch
by
him.
a
How's that a
touchdown and a
penalty?
2-point conversion. Sam Darnold throwing deep. Has a man. Jordan Addison hauls it in between two different Lion defenders. That's a 15-yard strike down the field for the Vikings. Cousins now with Darnold now with
holding. Look at that holding.
yards passing for Minnesota. You've got Mason Rudolph throwing underneath.
This is a
one
penalty.
was almost picked off by Buffalo. Darnold reloads for another pass. He's going to run for it.
Because he's
Penalty
sliding
flag
as soon as
comes
he
in.
starts to slide.
Ryan goes over the top of Darnold on the slide.
he should have
Looks
gotten
back and says, hey, what was that? But the flag came in before the quarterback slide.
And they're calling both.
Look at Branch. Whoa. Whoa, and he made some contact there too.
He did. And that's what the Vikings players were.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They got a first down.
That's some fucking bullshit.
That is bullshit. And I fucking even know
You can see Kevin O'Connell. He is wearing the official out on their sideline.
This isn't baseball.
Okay, I'll have to
Sometimes these quarterbacks,
when a quarterback
go into
slides,
those
he's trying to
feet-first
protect
slides
himself,
really
okay?
late.
There's a rule that anybody can do it, but it's most of the quarterbacks you see slide. As soon as they start their motion in the sliding, plays dead. You cannot touch him. He's down. It's over. Yes. Uh-oh.
What did you see on that sequence?
So we had the illegal contact. We were kind of focusing on the contact on Donald. It was a late slide.
We try to do our shit. We do that.
So automatic first down there for Minnesota. And the fans obviously wanted a personal foul.
They bumped his head. But the problem was, okay, so they didn't call penalty for that. They didn't call penalty for the holding of the Vikings offense. They called illegal contact
touchdown and a 2-point conversion would tie us up. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side of the screen, the other big game in the early window, the Texans with the ball in a 2-point deficit. Justin Jefferson wants to throw. Jefferson looking. Jefferson running. Ooh, an eventful 4-yard pickup for the star wide receiver. These are the two games involving playoff hopeful teams on both sides of the field. The 5-1 Houston Texans, the 4-2 Green Bay Packers, the 5-0 Minnesota Vikings, the 4-1 Detroit Lions. Action here in the witching hour of week number 7. Let's go to Lambeau full.
Come on, Texans.
That way, if they score, you score it. Creates the difference. They can't get it in the 2-point conversion.
2nd and 9. They continue to ride Nixon. He's to the 40.
But because my defense is playing so well, I'm only expecting Houston to have a field goal chance.
This Detroit Lions defense, they probably faced their fair share of trick plays in practice over the last couple months.
Absolutely. Off the fake to Jones.
Yeah! Oh yeah, gonna get him. Sack.
Panicking.
It was Jack Campbell who just got
We gotta score.
Tough games and putting his team on his back on big drives late in games.
Big third down here. They're close to field goal range. It'll be 58 from here.
Touchdown, they win the game. So that's why we need to score, right?
There's the pass in the direction of Dell.
Score a touchdown. Technically, you need to score a touchdown. They can fucking march, run the ball, pick up first downs, and kill us.
Stops and moves and cannot get some traction. Malcolm Rodriguez closes the play down, shy of the 30-yard line. And Reichard will come out.
Center, he gets hit, the head goes down, and you're trying to time it where you have multiple snaps there, and it actually was Inegbari coming off sides.
By the way, that 5 yards was not enough for the first, so it's 3rd and inches.
It's
3rd and inches at the Green Bay 35.
Well, yeah.
Tush push, shotgun.
I like Mixon.
You just better be taking a shot outside, otherwise I don't love it.
Oh, they're going for a big play here. Again, he has to throw on the run, and he's got the completion to Diggs for the first.
To Addison, they kind of regroup, get a couple negative plays, sniff out the reverse pass, and nice job forcing this field goal.
Reichard again delivers.
He's going to come back across the field, and it's man-to-man guarding here, but Williams stays home and is allowed to help out on him, but that is almost going to be a sneaky great play call.
First down, though, for Houston. From the 34. And again, they're backed up. They're behind the sticks with that play put up by Lucas Van Ness. Loss of a couple.
A couple of notable things here in the Seattle-Atlanta game. 59-yard field goal, the longest of the day that we've seen so far. Jason Myers, no stranger to the field goals from distance. However, DK Metcalf getting attention on the sideline, having a reaction, trying to warm back up, and then you see the reaction by Metcalf. He has been carted into the locker room. I'm told he was on a cart going into the locker room. Control room, we can confirm that.
Galloping for the first
yes,
down.
we saw him go on a cart into the locker room. DK Metcalf will get you word when we hear something from Seattle. Okay, control room comes back up with the video proof of that. So DK out of the game for the time being. Seattle with a 2-score lead, so they're feeling okay about the situation on the scoreboard. And we'll let you know if and when we find something out about DK Metcalf. So the Detroit and Minnesota game is now a 5-point difference. Detroit will get the football back, trying to burn a lot of that 6 minutes down. Houston will take the lead with any type of a score.
Why you don't have
first down. Again, first down play is negative yardage as Kenny Clark stops.
And back in the 3-point difference between the Dolphins and the Colts. You've got Tim Boyle going outside to Jonnu Smith. It's a nifty 18-yard pickup. Miami slow going today on offense, and really for the past month without Tua Tagovailoa has been tough. Boyle just 2 of 4 passing for 30 yards. Dolphins need to find some offense and some points, however they can get it.
2nd and 11. CJ slips, gets it away. Stephon able to slip out of a tackle and pick up a yard. Stays in.
Well, Miami worthy of another cut in here on 1st and 10 right after the Jonnu pickup. You've got Raheem Mostert getting what's called a 14-yard gain and another first down to Miami. They're approaching field goal range, although they'll lose a couple yards there on the right side of the screen. On the left, it's 3rd and 10 Houston, well within Kaimi Fairbairn's range. We'll see what type of a play call they choose to dial up here.
Nice, he dropped it.
It's too low.
Here they come with the blitz. You got to stay in field goal range if you're Stroud. He throws it, and the ball is caught
What a catch by Hutchinson.
Big play for the Texans, and now they can burn this down to the 2-minute warning and make Green Bay think about some timeouts here, even though the Packers have the lead on the scoreboard. And Miami works it to within 3rd down and 1 or 2. Interesting plays both.
He fumbled. No.
The Lions and Packers game.
Flag. What's the flag for? Please let it be.
We'll endeavor to show that to you as Minnesota still has all 3 timeouts in that Vikings-Lions game. 2-minute warning here in Houston. Bookmark the Texans 1st and 10 from the Green Bay 12-yard line. Be interesting clock management for the remainder of the game there at Lambeau Field. 3rd and short Miami. Alec Ingold not going to get it. He did not get there. And the Colts stop it. Decision time here for Mike McDaniel. 6 minutes remaining. They are in field goal range. What do they elect to do? Long field goal range, but they are in field goal range. It's 4th and short.
For 2 to go up 3 though.
Straight up the field and into the run lane. Alec Ingold, not a chance on that one.
Dolphins had to make a change at long snapper late in the week. Matt Overton, former Colt, Pro Bowler with the Colts. Long snapping for the 54-yard field goal try to tie. High snap, it's pulled down. The kick by Sanders on the way, and it's off the upper.
Well, being up 2 does you no good, right? So you're up 1 right now. So you go for 2 because they can do the field goal.
Oh, the life of a head coach in the NFL. Figures his field goal kicker can make that, but it stoinks and no good, and the Colts retain the lead. Lions need some first downs to work the clock.
They're going for 2, and then we get the ball.
He's in. Minnesota leads, pending the penalty.
Okay, but don't be. Yes. Not during the halo of this. Yeah, but your timing could be better. Okay,
you can tell me that for 7 minutes. It's never going to get better.
My
crucial call for Clay Martin coming up here.
I know.
I like our chances.
Look at your father, please.
Now's not the time. Go lay down, Layla.
No, not her. She's alright. Just look left and look right.
The call is against Detroit. And the Vikings get the takeaway.
Tell you what, man. This is an unbelievable job by this defense. To tell us he gets the punch out, Pace picks it up, and he's off to the races. Back-to-back
confirmation. The foul was holding
it is
number 60. The penalties decline. Result of the play is a touchdown.
And Graham Glasgow, the left guard, he gets called for the holding penalty.
They wanted to make sure that Pace did not step on the sideline as he scoops and scores with David Montgomery, one of the more reliable ball carriers in the NFL, putting it on the ground for a 4th quarter fumble, scoop, and score to possibly keep the Minnesota Vikings undefeated here in 2024. Are you kidding me? And now, as we suspected, the Green Bay Packers will start to burn some timeouts because they're going to concede at least the field goal to Houston, which would give the Texans the lead. 1-point game, so the book says go for 2. Sam Darnold will try and do that underneath.
No, Layla, no.
And a little bit of contact there, but incomplete pass, and it's a 1-point game. The Minnesota Vikings, who were down by double digits at 2 different points of this game, trying to stay undefeated and now have the lead at the 6-minute mark, 5 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter.
Oh,
2nd and 12
man, you got to
here.
get the ball back to
Green Bay burned their first timeout. That would indicate that Houston would likely keep it on the ground. They will. Joe Mixon lose a couple more yards, and here comes another Green Bay timeout. 1:51. They will stop the clock with their second of 3 timeouts. Okay. We're good on this game right now during the timeout. I have an update on the Western
guy after a fumble.
So the Bills, up by a couple of touchdowns,
Why did they bench him?
will go to the
He's got great utility. He wants to do
as
it.
Keon Coleman thinks he has a touchdown here. As into the front row.
No way he caught that.
In Buffalo. But watch the super slow-mo and expanded replay here. Right foot was down, and the left foot, they say that toe stepped on the white line, and the ball was still moving at the time. It ended up being a Buffalo field goal. Tyler Bass did kick the field goal, so it's 27-10. Bills with a very strong 17-point lead in the fourth quarter.
Be inbounds.
Right, but he didn't have possession.
Stroud from the pocket, flings it sideline. It's caught.
Well,
incomplete, they say. Diggs was out. Now Dell out. It would have been his first catch of the game. Would not have been enough for the first.
Anthony Richardson.
Here comes a 3rd and 4. The Colts need to get this first down and make the Dolphins burn their last time out, and they'll do that right here. Big first down run for the man who had struggled with the hip injury, but he's a great dual threat quarterback when healthy, and Anthony Richardson just makes one of the key plays of the fourth quarter for the Indianapolis Colts. Triple box here. Kaimi Fairbairn is trying the go-ahead field goal with 1 minute and 48 seconds remaining in Green Bay. Bottom of the screen. The Lions needing to throw for it, and the ball's on the ground again. Jerry Buff, arm was going forward, but that pass may have gone backwards. That was probably a live football. The Lions cover it up. Fairbairn, excellent kicker, does his job.
Nice!
Texans take a 1-point lead late in the fourth quarter. Here we go. Jordan Love is going to get the football back in a 2-minute drill.
Well, they're trying to kill the clock now. They're
and
trying
win the
to
game
end the
in
game.
Green Bay. Jared Goff
We need
is
the ball
down
back,
by a single point in the fourth quarter. Needing to
stop them
get
and
this
get the ball
first down.
and
It's going to be this is 4th and 20.
They're gonna need a field goal.
Here, one turn of events in Minnesota as the big quarterback sack forces the Lions' hand, and now Minnesota will get a chance to work the clock, get some first downs. Ball comes loose, but that was well after the play had been whistled dead. Well, one more first down for Indianapolis will ice this game, but they're not going to get it here. It'll be 3rd and 9 as we hit the 2-minute warning right now. Okay, so we're good on this game here. We're going to dial back in as the Vikings are trying to burn the clock. The Colts are trying to burn the clock. Green Bay's going to get the football back on the kickoff. There was the Bass field goal that I said made it 27-10. A couple things to keep in mind. Jordan Love, fourth quarter comebacks, he's no stranger to that. However, Green Bay has a new kicker this week. They had cut the rookie kicker and brought in Brandon McManus. The veteran kicker has kicked for a couple of different franchises. He's had some game-winning kicks in the past, but it's his first day in Green Bay. Will he get a kick to try and put the Packers up in the final seconds? Okay, we'll get you back to Lambeau in a minute. We've got the Minnesota Vikings here. Trying to work a couple of first downs, make the Lions burn their timeouts, and go to 6-0 on the season. Minnesota has not been 6-0 in years. The last time Minnesota was 6-0, 2009, the year that NFL Red Zone came on the air, the year the last time the New York Yankees were in the World Series. Shout out to the Yankees getting it done yesterday, getting this year's World Series. Here we go. Minnesota runs, not going to get the first down. Oh, a tip and almost an interception, which would have iced the game for the Houston Texans. Incomplete pass as Romeo Doubs was the man in the area.
Yeah! No flags! No flags! We're getting the ball back.
We get the ball because he threw it out of bounds?
It's
almost
down
ends the game and almost
Okay,
wins the
and the
game
punt
for them.
is 2, right?
Eric Murray
punt.
has
They're
to
gonna get the ball away.
get a hand on
Oh,
it.
sorry.
Second and
That's
10.
You punt
that's
this,
yeah,
flip
no, I'm
position.
thinking of the, what's it called when you kick it? Field goal? Yeah.
Brings it to the sideline and out of bounds goes.
Use their timeouts. On 3rd and 4, it's Darnold rolling and throwing on the move, too tall.
All right, bro.
Looking for Jalen Naylor or Justin Jefferson up the sideline. Had a couple of options, and it ends up stopping the clock. That's the...
2 downs to pick up a first.
Where's the first
1:34 to go.
We're at the 30. First down's at the 40. To get in the field goal range,
this one I
we
might
need 25 yards. I
They have an opportunity to try and stop it.
20
Giving it
yards.
to Jacobs.
I
They
think
won't.
he can
They
hit
go up top.
67.
Wide open for the first down. It's Wicks, who had a touchdown earlier in this game. Almost has the ball stripped out of his hands, but he double clutches. And the Packers are operating at midfield.
This is where I get aggressive on Houston. If you score, you're going to have to score against tight man pressure, make a play, and then
third down for the Indianapolis Colts. It's 3rd and 12. Do they let Richardson throw for this? Likely not, but a first down would ice the game. They'll go inside handoff, conservative here, and likely kick the field goal to force the Dolphins to beat them instead of just a field goal to tie. All right, we'll get you the Colts field goal attempt here in just a minute, but we have 3 games that are our pressure points. Green Bay is trailing by a single point. They have the football. Bottom of your screen, the Detroit Lions just got a punt back from Minnesota. Detroit trailing by 1 point with the football, and the Colts trying to extend their lead to 6 points on a 4th down field goal attempt. Bottom of your screen, Lions go handoff. It's Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield. He goes ahead for 2 or 3 yards, and that might bring us to the 2-minute warning. Yet neither team is going to take a timeout in the Minnesota and Detroit game. Green Bay with a key 2nd and 10, packed and into field goal range. 50 seconds and counting in that game. The Colts make their kick. It's a 6-point Indianapolis lead. But Green Bay now might force the Texans to consider timeouts. There are 38 seconds and counting remaining at Lambeau Field. 2-minute warning in Minnesota will bookmark the Lions drive in full here at Lambeau.
As soon as we get the money and get shit caught up on the first, I'm getting my
Got a flag down. Houston might have jumped. There's Trav. Houston is going after the football. And Green Bay feels pretty sure. Yep.
Defense number 51, that's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Packers are only down 1.
So Anderson a little ahead of it this time.
You're still not in comfortable field goal range. You see the early jump right there.
Oh, you're 50 yards right here, Tone.
And you called it. Hadn't had a big kick in quite some time.
Oh, you got a kicker that's been on the sidelines with no reps, trying to sort out his own life. Hasn't attempted a field goal in 287 days.
All out pressure.
21 seconds. Houston, they pick up the blitz. They fling it to the end zone. Incomplete, and the coverage by Eric Murray on
No flag comes in. The last gasp here for the Cleveland Browns. DTR back to pass on 3rd and 7. Floats one over the middle. The safety was standing right there. It's an interception by the Bengals. They'll bring it back. And Cincinnati looks like they are 4 minutes away from their 3rd victory of 2024. Not over yet in Cleveland, but a 2-score lead in possession of the football. Detroit Lions are still in the 2-minute warning commercial timeout. It's last chance for Tim Boyle. At the beginning of the year, Tim Boyle wasn't even a thought at quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, but Tua out, as it's well documented. Snoop Huntley out. Skylar Thompson injured. Tim Boyle needs a touchdown in the 95 seconds remaining to be the hero for the Dolphins. Miami has no timeouts remaining.
Boyle again to the air. Smith, no timeouts for the Dolphins. 52 yards away from a potential game-winning touchdown.
Come on. Oh!
On 1st down and 10. Boyle trying to get it to Waddle. Good coverage from Jalen Jones.
A lot of confidence there by Jalen Jones because you're going underneath. Watch. Jalen Waddle goes inside. You're going to come around and make the deflection. If you don't make that deflection, there's a potential for a little bit of catch and run there.
We'll go triple box. The Miami Dolphins in desperation mode with now 70 seconds remaining. You've got Brandon McManus in his first game as a Green Bay Packer to potentially win the game. The Detroit Lions run it with Jahmyr.
Nice! Field goal range.
Yes! Midfield with a 52. Spot. Kick is up. It's good. The Green Bay Packers on the floor. Did we get a timeout?
Yeah.
They called
Played in the
timeout. I didn't
UFL.
see
He
it.
was the young
You
kid.
didn't see
Played in
it.
college.
D'Amico Ryan snuck in the freeze the kicker timeout.
He played soccer.
However, he
and
made it so
okay, so he's
late
got the
that
fancy
McManus got a free look at that one.
long
Different
field
kickers
goals,
will tell you
but
different
he did
things
have some
about whether or not they like that
accuracy
practice
shorter
kick
goals.
before a game winner.
So-
And the Lions at the bottom of the screen, it's Jahmyr Gibbs, this entire drive out of the backfield. He catches the football and runs it into Minnesota territory. Any type of a score will take the lead for Detroit. A field goal here wins it for
Wow,
Green Bay.
we're just
Tim
fucking going
Boyle
for it.
finds a
Fuck the field goal.
touchdown,
We're getting
escapes the sack. It's 3rd and 3.
Yeah, he's
He
good. He
gets
plays
it,
the
but the
Cardinals.
clock will continue to run. There are 57 seconds remaining. They got to
He
spot
got
the football.
cut, yeah,
as
he got
Green
cut by
Bay's
the
kick is up,
Broncos.
and no question about that one. It's good. Brandon McManus walks off with a win in a winter warning all-white uniform
You know the
for the
Lions
Green
all-time
Bay
leading
Packers,
scorer is
who are
kicking.
now 5-2
Quite a few teams
on
had
the
this
season. The
this play
Texans
long
drop
time.
to 5-2. Dandy of a football game there at Green Bay. The Detroit Lions get it down inside of the near red zone now. Detroit is into field goal range against the Miami Dolphins.
Well, we're in the easy
The
field goal
Dolphins
range
now
at this point.
with a tackle
It's chip
inbounds.
shot
They've got to
field goal at
clock
this
this.
point, but
They have to clock
might
it
be
on
trying to
3rd and 2
score.
unless they throw it to the
Yeah,
end zone.
but
Amon
that
Ross
makes me
St. Brown
nervous
with a massive
because-
catch for Detroit, who is in
Not
the
me,
field
I'm
goal
so
range.
optimistic.
They
I'm feeling
spike
so
the
good
clock
about this.
at 11 seconds. Tim Boyle's going to get 1 or 2 looks into the end zone. Keep in mind, it'll be 4th down for Miami with 11 seconds remaining. What do you do here? Do you go end zone, incomplete pass, ends the game, or do you try and pick up the 1st down, but you got to go immediately out of bounds after you gain the 2 yards to get a shot into the end zone? Interesting decision right here. You would think go to the end zone. You've got this snap. Go to the end zone. A 1st down probably has too many risks without having any timeouts. Colts are playing it like they're going to throw the Hail Mary into the end zone, and Boyle, he'll go, well, that's not going to do any good now. It's incomplete, and he didn't know it was 4th down, evidently. You've got to keep that thing in bounds. It's not. The Colts are going to win that football game. Whoops, Miami, as Detroit goes conservative now, because now Minnesota will have to take their timeouts. Here comes the second of 3 timeouts for the Vikings at 1 minute and 2 seconds left. They'll, quote-unquote, concede the field goal for the Detroit Lions, and then they want Darnold to have as much time remaining after Detroit kicks. Woo, we got some action here.
Detroit gave up 2
It just seems like he has an uncanny ability to make the right throw at the right moment, the right completion, the 3rd.
They're setting up for the field goal.
We've seen him multiple times check in and out of the right call, alter protections.
What are they doing here?
Playing the quarterback position.
Indianapolis Colts, they get the victory, and what ended up being
doing?
dramatic 4th quarter, low-scoring game, not a lot of offense, but the Colts get the win. They're over 500. They are 4-3 on the year. Their quarterback is back in the lineup. Shane Steichen and the guys will get the victory and walk off. Dolphins drop to 2-4. Well, Jared Goff content just to kneel on this.
I would not have
burn
done
their final timeout, and here's what's interesting. So James Conner, he loves the clock management aspect. They'll take a knee here. Okay, so they stop the clock with 1 minute and 1 second. Vikings now have no more timeouts remaining. So now Dan Campbell will take another knee, most likely will kneel on it again, take the full 40 seconds, call his timeout with 1 second left on the play clock, and then kick the field goal with roughly 20 seconds
because
or
we're going to
less
take 40
on the
seconds
clock.
off the clock with the knee.
40 seconds off after
A little
the
over.
knee is taken.
We
So you
went
get
right
this down to
now. We went
about
right
20 seconds. You can take a timeout, set up Bates for a go-ahead field goal. And then Minnesota will have a chance to get the ball back with very little time and no timeouts.
Based on whether this kick goes in or not, Minnesota's going to look back on that last offensive possession and say, we've got to find a way to get a 1st down. We've got to find a way that we can make Detroit use their timeouts on defense or get that thing as close to under the 2-minute warning as possible. And ended up going 3 and out.
So you can get this clock inside of 20 seconds before Dan Campbell will use that timeout. And it'll set the stage for Jake Bates, who was a soccer player at Central Arkansas and then became a kickoff specialist at Texas State and Arkansas, was signed as an undrafted free agent by the Houston Texans last year, released during the preseason, and then made his name in the USL with those booming 60-yard kicks. Hit 3 of them, including a game-winning 64-yarder Ford Field against the St. Louis Battlehawks. To that point, he
would probably work
attempted
right now,
and missed
you wouldn't expect it.
in an organized game. That was all the way back in high school. Incredible story. He went 21 of 28 in the UFL, earned a 2-year deal after Michael Badgley tore his hamstring in July.
Jake fucking Bates!
Yes, bitches! His NFL career, but this one, the most weighty kick of his life.
And remember back after Maybe Tyler took off. He was up there on my couch here on the chair.
2-point conversion and failed.
Jack fires! Oh, right down the middle. Look at the Lions fans. Look at Jake Bates, so happy. Boom.
Bates has delivered. Detroit is on top with 15 seconds left.
After all that, the defense gets the stop. God puts together the drive, runs the clock down, and barring a miracle with 15 seconds left.
Forward down the field with a charging team that will not yield. And when
the Detroit Lions are 15 seconds away from the winning team undefeated in the 2024 season. That's the Kansas City Chiefs that kick off in about 20 minutes, but the late window is now open. In the triple box, upper left-hand corner, the Rams hosting the Raiders at SoFi Stadium. The game has just kicked off, as have Andy Dalton and the Carolina Panthers in Washington to take on the Commanders, the first-place Washington Commanders, led by the rookie sensation Jaden Daniels, underway at what's formerly FedEx Field, now Northwest Stadium in Washington. But can Sam Darnold and the Vikings come up?
You can't let him get here
this millennium. Do they have one more in them here at US Bank Stadium?
Because they're trying to get
in the upper left-hand corner. The starting quarterback again for the Las Vegas Raiders. Shoots one high and incomplete. Kickoff for the Lions. They love to get this in the end zone. They do, unreturnable. So 15 seconds and the ball at the 30-yard line for Minnesota, who cannot stop the clock.
It's been in the NFL this year. It's really been a non-factor. Teams are having a hard time even getting it past them.
Every touchdown from every game, including
they're going for the okey-doke.
The finishing touches on their win over the Tennessee Titans. How about
That's game. It's over.
Yeah!
The Lions win!
And he'll be a starting running back in the NFL sooner than later. 16.
That's game. It's game over.
His second career touchdown, and Buffalo is up 34-10.
Detroit wins. Detroit wins.
Hoping for a shot. They need to go about 40 yards to even have an opportunity.
Game over, Lions win! Lions win! I want confirmation, please!
Wait, just hold it. Let's see. There's a flag. I don't know what the fuck for, but...
They'll try to set it.
Let's fucking go!
Alright, turn down.
No. Hang on.
Let's see.
They were in a legal formation.
One play? No! What?
No, what do you mean one play?
If there was any remaining time, they had 5 in the backfield. With the clock running, that should end the game.
First down. We'll replay it now. The clock, the ball hit the ground. 1 second.
He's ready to beat some fucking ass.
That's some fucking bullshit.
We just won!
Clay Martin's call will make it official.
What?
That's a fucking clock runoff! That's a runoff! No, that's bull. They're gonna kick a 67-yard field goal, Danielle.
What the fuck just happened? Oh my gosh!
No. The clock should fucking run for that.
We have one play.
Oh no, they're only at the 45. Okay, so it would be a 72.
Wait, you're making it worse.
Is they were set. That's the key. As long as the offense gets set, there's no runoff. Even if they're in an illegal formation, that's allowed by foul. You can see all 11 get set. They snap it. It's a foul, but with 1 second on the clock when the ball hits the ground.
Get the fuck out of here, Minnesota! Get the fuck out!
Because the initial thought is that's a runoff because
the fuck out of here!
That's my boyfriend.
No, Dan Campbell wants a fucking explanation. That's bullshit. They need to edit that rule.
Basically, so it's going to
because you. Nah, I'm pumped, dude. We just fucking No, right now they're saying, oh, here it is.
Trevor Nowoski finishes it off, and in a heavyweight battle in Week 7,
That's a fucking good game.
the top spot in the NFC North.
I think a good season against the football, huh?
Another Jared Goff comeback special.
You did.
Okay, let me do my thing now.
How often do we see teams just rush 2 or 3 and they let the quarterback bounce around all day and allow his receivers to run down to the end zone?
The Detroit Lions are in first place, might be the best team in the NFC, might be the best team in the NFL. While we were watching that fourth quarter drama, we stack up a red alert. Some other action going around the league, including Brock Bowers, the best rookie tight end of this year's class, one of the best tight ends in the NFL, quite frankly, rookie or otherwise, with a short 5-yard catch from Aiden O'Connell and a first down Raiders. Well, welcome to the NFL. Michael Penix, the 8th pick in the draft, gets his first NFL pass.
Best team in the motherfucking NFL.
Another rookie for the Atlanta Falcons. And what the Falcons fans hope is the franchise quarterback of the future with a first throw in the loss to the Seattle Seahawks. Congratulations to Seattle. Yeah, you know who that is? That's Brandon McManus, the newest Green Bay Packer, the game-winning kicker with the walk-off, getting the Lambeau leap, and the faithful love it there. Well done by the crowd at Lambeau Field. Coordinating
the
with
Lions
all
won
white
again.
there as a very thrilling
the Lions won again.
24-22 final at
the
Lambeau
Lions won
Field on the
again.
final play.
All we do is fucking
There
win.
are some players to watch for in the late window, courtesy of our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook. George Kittle has caught a touchdown pass in 4 straight games, and while Patrick Mahomes has 12 career rushing touchdowns, he hasn't had one since Christmas Eve in 2022. You can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app for the latest NFL odds and markets. All right, so we are in the Bengals and Browns game. If anything notable happens there, we'll show it to you. But right now, let's get the late window open with Washington and Carolina.
Dalton on the move. He tried to throw it to his own man. He threw it to the other team. Intercepted by Fowler, and he's gonna go. Touchdown, Commanders. Bring in the boom early.
Let's talk about the game that just finished right here. Jimmy, I'll start with you. Obviously, Kansas City, the last undefeated team because Minnesota fought to the finish.
Fowler disrupted the timing to play before. Farrell does it this time. Dalton's got to get rid of it because he felt the backside pressure, and Fowler's the recipient of an errant throw. And then how about the little swivel move with the hop to take it all the way to the end zone? 67 yards later, Washington leads.
What a start for the Washington Commanders and the Carolina Panthers. You figure this is an uphill battle for them today. Not the way they wanted to start in the first 3 minutes and 45 seconds of that contest in Washington. 7-0 Commanders, just like that. We go to Inglewood and SoFi Stadium, and in about 11 minutes, we will have kickoff of the Super Bowl rematch. The Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. Stand by.
You take a look at Tutu Atwell. The first 2 balls have gone his direction. Kyron Williams, we talked about in the open, will be a big part of this game plan as well.
Williams in right now. 2nd down and 10. 36-year-old Matthew Stafford. Atwell into the nickel. Here comes Wilson. Up it goes. Johnson's got the ball. That's Tyler Johnson, a wide receiver out of Minnesota. And he picks up 4, and he's just beyond the 26-yard line. Now the defense of the Las Vegas Raiders.
When you see Diablo running off the field there, Max Crosby coming off the edge is one of the best in the NFL, and then Spillane leads the NFL in tackles on the season.
Diablo, by the way, not injured, although he did miss games earlier with an oblique this season. He's out there for this 3rd and 6. Not out there for the 3rd and 6 with Johnson on the move.
Oh, my heart is so full of joy.
Back there, and on the move, there he goes. That's Tutu Atwell.
Well, we're down to our 3rd Browns quarterback, and he's in the red zone. Jameis Winston. Can he eat a tug
injury,
here?
according to Aditi. Winston to the end zone and incomplete. Njoku, the intended receiver, deflected again, and it will be
2 blockers in front of him, able to get conversion and blocks. Well executed.
If these receivers block and Trent, it makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Well, it can break the big plays, right? That's what coaches talk about all the time, finishing plays.
1st down and 10. That's a movement.
Saints initially as the backup to Drew Brees, eventually became the starter there before he signed his 1-year deal in the offseason to back up Deshaun Watson here. And guess who? It's Trey Hendrickson again.
Well, he kind of gave himself up with the entire unit. Once the whistle was blown, everybody stood up and walked back to the huddle, and he stayed at the line of scrimmage because he knew he had been caught.
Now 1st and 15, and the back remains.
And has nowhere to go.
Winston high, back of the end zone. It is caught, touchdown.
Oh, what a catch.
And that's going to breathe a little life into Cleveland.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of this team. And this is sheer athleticism from one of the most physical specimens in the NFL.
He's up and both feet down. Boy, that's a great catch. And hey, onside kick. I tell you what, it's not a high likelihood, but you get
Minnesota
the
hasn't updated the final yet.
After losing to Green Bay here a couple weeks ago.
I want to hear it.
2nd down 12. With the draw on the move. Williams into the
hope, but they're going to roll the dice and just go for it right here. Got to get it anyway. Winston slinging it, and they convert. Tillman. And the Cleveland Browns leaving the door open. 7-point game with 127.
Clock getting to that 2nd level before first contact.
You can see how much they use him.
Well, there was a lot of question with that when they drafted Corum. How much they were going to utilize Williams, how were they going to split time? But you see Williams is
3rd down. Oh, they get whacked as he throws, and it's incomplete. The blitz by Merrick, coming off the edge, untouched, and torpedo Stafford. It's Trayvon Merrick blowing it up. It's 4th down, and that play forces a punt to the Rams.
Well, Merrick's going to be coming. Watch, he's coming free here. They go to the outside.
Declare to the officials. And you look now through the recent history of the Cleveland Browns. They have gone 131 games since their last successful onside kick.
Minnesota for my defense.
Almost 8 years to the day, Arch. October the 16th of 2016. Dustin Hopkins has not had a good day kicking, missed a field goal, missed the point after.
Well, this would be something. This would give us a little something.
He could erase all of that. If he can come up with a special onside kick right here.
Go to your defense. Click your game. Click it.
Hopkins, the 11th year kicker, has been in this situation a ton of times in his career. Now Zach Taylor.
Oh, it shows in the
Maybe taking a little snapshot of things.
None of us thought we'd be in a competitive portion of the final 87 seconds here in Cleveland, but we are. An onside kick away from everyone's eyebrows raising and all eyes turning to Cleveland. But for statistical purposes, there have been 15 onside kick attempts in the NFL this year. There's only been one successful onside kick. So the odds very much against Cleveland making this year, but they'll go for it in the next 50, 60 seconds or so.
Just wonder what else Kevin Stefanski can get dumped on his plate. The Watson struggles, now the Watson injury today. Nick Chubb returns, trying to put all of these pieces together. And looking for some late game magic here from his kicker, Dustin Hopkins. By the way, Didi has updated us. Geno Stone, it is a left tibia, and he has been declared out. No surprise there. Hopkins, a misdirection. Looking for that high bounce, doesn't quite get it, and Gesicki easily fields for Cincinnati. And they will have a chance to put this game on ice. March, as you said, you can't do much, but maybe that's about it. That's about all you can do.
That's about it. Yeah. You just try to find the side that has the players that you think.
Well, that's going to be a rare win for the Bengals in Cleveland. The Browns had won 6 in a row at home against Cincinnati. Joe Burrow was 1-5 against the Browns head-to-head against Cleveland. The Browns get a little bit of hope with Nick Chubb back in the lineup and made a competitive game of it at the end, but Cleveland with no timeouts. It's victory formation for the Cincinnati Bengals. We are getting ready to get out of commercial break in those 2 late window games that are already underway, and stand by because we are now 4 minutes away from the Chiefs and Niners kicking off in Santa Clara. Back to SoFi.
Kevin Harlan, each team is at it, each team is punted. A good one by the Rams, marooning the Raiders, and Aiden O'Connell at his 8. Wilkerson on the move. It's 1st and 10. Madison the back and the call. He goes around the block right there. The center, James, works his way to the 12 and picks up 4, and it's 2nd and 6.
Let's go back to the last 3rd down. Keep an eye on the inside receiver, and then you watch how 3 linebackers blitz. So they're bringing 7, but it's this flat route that no one covers. It's in cover 0.
Much better around.
And a look back at the Washington Commanders and Carolina Panthers. Jaden Daniels keeping it himself, and the dual threat sensation is loose. He doesn't like Lamar Jackson comparisons, but you tell me anyone else that can do that type of a thing as easily and gliding as Jaden Daniels can. The first snap of the game for the Commanders on offense goes 47 yards, and now we're live.
More traditional running play. It's Eckler powering his way inside the 40 for a 5-yard gain. The starting offense for Washington. They come in among the top-ranked teams in total offense. Scoring numbers have been outstanding. Brandon Coleman is the rookie in at left tackle, but we will see Cornelius Lucas as well. This offensive line has been excellent. Brian Robinson is back in the lineup. He was out last week inactive with a knee injury. He gives him a lot of pop along with Eckler. Flags down. They whistle the play dead before the snap and back it up for the Commanders.
That was almost the center sneak. You run in the backyard and have a big fight with the other
snap,
team.
Number 63, offense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Biotish, former Cowboy, signed for that 3-year, $30 million deal, Pro Bowler in 2022. Carolina's really banged up defensively. Nick Thurman is in there right now for Ashawn Robinson, who is inactive. They've had to make a lot of changes at linebacker. DJ Johnson getting the start along with Chandler Wooten in the secondary. They do welcome back Dane Jackson today. Elusive run by McNichols. Beautiful cut, angling for 8.5. Brought down by Wooten. And McNichols has emerged as one of the leaders. When we spoke with Dan Quinn about the team, he said there have been some unsung leaders that have emerged early in the season, including McNichols.
Guys that didn't have big roles in other places. McNichols was just trying to find a place to play. And listen to the roar now, because just trot down the field. Number 8, Brian Robinson, who is out to an outstanding start. Every year in the league, he's increased his yards per carry. And this year, his high is 4.5 yards in attempts.
They have to work quickly. The play clock was winding down. Robinson is so rugged. That's a first down run. His ability to break tackles, 3.5-yard gain. Xavier Woods met him in the hole, and Robinson wins out.
And they're going to get right back on the line of scrimmage, because once they have an advantage, they like to press it and start to move quickly.
Fastest pace in the NFL this season. Robinson squeezing through, not going down on first contact. And another first down. Nick Scott with the stop. 11-yard pickup. Robinson certainly is the example of what they want to be.
Offenses in the NFL, second fewest. The Raiders in the NFL in offensive penalties. 1st and 20. And a run here by Madison, cracked as he takes it and hit.
All right, the Rams and Washington games already underway, and on the bottom of the screen, when last we saw the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers on the same game field, it was Super Bowl 58, the 25-22 overtime thriller, giving the Chiefs back-to-back Super Bowl championships. And they kick off again a still very meaningful regular season game, with the 49ers coming in at 3-3 and the Kansas City Chiefs, the last remaining undefeated team in the NFL. They're 5-0, and they will boot it away to Brock Purdy and the Niners. 1st and goal coming up for Washington.
And nobody home. Incomplete.
Spiraling kick out of the end zone, it goes, and so here comes San Francisco's offense, led by Brock Purdy, and they got back on track with a win over Seattle.
There he is right there. He's done everything that's been asked of him since they brought him in here at the Niners.
Run the football in all shapes and forms. 7-play drive thus far, all runs.
Quick toss, caught by McLaurin, and stood up at the 5. Looked like McLaurin might make a move towards the inside in the end zone, but Trevin Wallace,
lean on them and then take some play action chunks after they get that run game going.
On first down, they give it to Jordan Mason on the left side, and there is nothing there. He's going to lose.
McLaurin had 2 touchdowns last week in the tight loss at Baltimore. 2nd and goal. Fake it. Daniels can't shed the tackler. Good pursuit from Thomas Incoom. You're going to hear a lot of different names for Carolina, and it's a bunch of undrafted free.
Some of their man coverage players, and this is one defense that's going to force you to beat man coverage. So they're up there tight. They always lead the league in pressure on the receivers. They're going to do more of that today.
Trying to get the run going. Mason, big hole for Jordan Mason. That's a good
swoop in and make the play on Daniels.
10th play of the drive. Shotgun for Daniels. Daniels gets rid of it quickly, catch made, and a quick stamp. Eckler felt the
holding, number 64, offense. 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
It's going to be tough to overcome.
Today that normally doesn't play much, Chandler Wooten. Tremendous diagnosis. He saw Eckler get out of the backfield. Eckler's known as one of the best pass receiving running backs in the game. Wooten immediately got right to him and put him on the ground and forced a field goal attempt.
It's a short attempt, 23 yards for Austin Seibert. Trying to add to this Washington lead. Chip shot is good.
Time for San Francisco. Purdy looking the other way, though. Now pocket breaks down, and he has to run out of trouble. He's going to end up picking up a yard or 2. Just the fact that Ricky Pearsall is playing, Tom, is an incredible story. They drafted him in the 1st round, but he was shot in a robbery attempt in San Francisco. And obviously, just thankfully he's okay. The bullet went in through his chest and out, and miraculously, he's back on the field today. I mean, it's an amazing story.
Yeah, amazing story, and they're counting on him because they're going to need.
You know, the Lions won a game.
Again, with
Bitch,
Jennings
all we
out,
do is fucking
they bring in
win.
Pearsall. They have high
I went to
expectations as the
Minnesota,
first round
they
pick.
still ain't updated.
again, miraculous situation.
Third and long here. Just get hand up to Juszczyk. He's actually got a lot of room. Way to go. Juszczyk fights his way out to the 35. Still going to be 5 yards short. And it'll be 4th down and 5, and the punt team will come on out.
Well, there's no great play calls on 3rd and 21 when you look down at your play call sheet.
Yeah.
You're thinking 3rd and 7. You get the 3rd and 21, but that's what those holding penalties do. And obviously a situation to improve the punt, and they did that.
It's only the 6th 3-and-out for the 49ers all year long. They're the best in the league at that, but the Chiefs forced it on the opening drive. Penalty helped. And now it's Wisnowski to punt it away to McCole Hardman. Sidewinding kick off the foot of Wisnowski. Takes a 49ers bounce and a good roll. Down to the 15 it goes. That's where the Chiefs will start an offense, and that's where we say hello to Aaron Andrews.
And we got an update here on Aiden O'Connell. Watch the release. Did you see that? He went hand to hand with Cam Curl, the safety for the Rams. Number 3 right there was coming in. Looked like a finger, maybe his thumb got caught up in Cam Curl's hand. We've seen injuries to quarterbacks like that before. A little bit of a grimace as Aiden O'Connell comes to the sideline. That game is in a TV timeout. Patrick Mahomes, the Super Bowl champ, is on the field, ready for his first snap of the afternoon.
Chiefs will start from their own 15. Kareem Hunt back in Kansas City off a big game a couple weeks ago. Going to get it on the swing pass. It's absolutely decked that time by D. Winters. And so here is Mahomes, who, ironically, Tom, a lot of career lows in these categories for him through 5 games, but it doesn't matter. They're 5-0.
Yeah, well, he cares about wins more than anything else. And yeah, the stats aren't there, but that's okay because he's winning. And when you win, that's what the job of the quarterback is. You evolve from being this quarterback that wants to throw 50 touchdowns, and he's done that. To win a Super Bowl, he's done that. Now he's focused on what do I need to do today to get my team to win, regardless of the variables.
That was a different person.
Second down and 8.
Eric
said up the middle, and there's not much there. Maybe a yard or so. Bring up a 3rd down and long.
We showed you the Aiden O'Connell finger to hand. It's apparently an injury serious enough to send him into the locker room. Aiden O'Connell up the tunnel and into the locker room at SoFi Stadium. We'll let you know when we find out more.
The season started, so basically Mahomes and Kelsey are trying to figure it out.
And they're going to have to use a bunch of different players in there to fill those roles. You got to match that production somehow. I'm very confident that this scheme usually finds a way.
3rd and 6. 4-man rush. Mahomes underneath Hardman. First down and more. McCole Hardman turns on his speed up across the 35, and a conversion on 3rd and 6 to Hardman, one of the Super Bowl heroes for the Chiefs.
And in Washington, Jaden Daniels getting some attention on the sideline. We will not speculate here, but we saw this video and wanted to pass it along to you.
Lions won again.
And Washington